Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 13 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I am your host tonight as we bring you a speedrun of a game that has never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event. As always, if you happen to speedrun a game or know someone that does, that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, and you'd like to submit it to the show or tell your friend about it, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you on board. So before we get started with the new Pokemon Snap race that we have planned for tonight, we do have a few announcements. First and foremost, if you are watching on YouTube, hi, we'd like you to see you over here on our Twitch channel supporting our live content. So please just consider checking us out at twitch.tv/GDQ. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free, and consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. So last week was Ocean Week. You can find a playlist of all of the runs on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick if you missed out on any of the commentary from the Monterey Bay Aquarium. There were plenty of puns, and or puns aplenty, as I should have said, and it was a lot of fun, so I definitely recommend checking out those VODs. Check that playlist out. And also, SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th. Please be sure to check out GamesDoneQuick.com for more information. And prize submissions are now open, and you can find more info there. So for tonight's show, we're picking up where Mercy Kill just left off and taking a fast tour through the Lentil region this time in new Pokemon Snap with this race with Quo and Gunlap. And joining us for commentary is CJ. It's all good. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling just dandy.
I was waiting for that.
We were waiting to see who would jump over the line first.
I was feeling good, but then you said episode 13, so I don't know if luck is going to be here tonight. But, it'll be a time.
I mean, it's a good thing I'm Italian. That's a good lucky number in our culture.
Yeah, I mean, I got pretty good luck on Arcanine and Growlithe and OG Snap, so we're going to hope, but not great luck on Cloyster. So we're going to hope that balances out and y'all both get good luck.
We're glad you found all 63 Pokemon at the end there.
Yeah, after I forgot Shelter. My screen said Shelter, I swear it.
I think you took a picture of Shelter. I just think you got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Oak is wrong.
I might have not submitted it, or it just registered as Slowpoke, but I remember taking that picture of Shelter on Slowpoke's tail. Quote me on that. But no, seriously, this isn't about me anymore. This is about you three. Whenever you two are ready, feel free to introduce yourselves and introduce the game, and then we can get right into the race.
Sure, Eric, you can go first.
Okay, I will go first. My name is Gunlap28 on Twitch. Most of my friends call me by Eric. I just prefer it that way. And yeah, new Pokemon Snap, it is obviously the sequel to the old Snap. We waited 21 or 22 some odd years and we finally got it. Very similar to the old game. We do need points. We do need point requirements to finish a level, and but in this game we need to get to research level 2. Similar to the old game, we need to unlock specific items. Like we don't have Pester Balls, but we do have apples in this game. We have the flute. But we also have these things called Illumina Orbs. So we'll be taking pictures of Crystal Blooms, or some Pokemon that count as Crystal Blooms, so we can progress in the preceding stages. But yeah, that's, you guys want to add anything else to that?
That is what we will see tonight. I'm Quo. I run this game as well. I also do high score. High score's pretty cool. If you look on the worldwide leaderboards, I'm 4th. Just, you want to slide me some sweet medals? I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, he's almost at 1 million, guys. He's almost at 1 million.
We're getting there. But yeah, we're going to see some Snap, as Eric said. 2 Pokemon are going to be captured via film, and it'll be a good time. I'm ready when you guys are, unless CJ had some flavor text. I guess we didn't introduce CJ. CJ, introduce yourself.
Real quick, I am CJ. It's all good. You may remember me from such past GDQ events as Grim Fandango and the original Pokemon Snap. I will be your Silver-Tongued Devil for the evening. We have the Terror from Toronto and the Ottawa Kid here facing off for the provincial battle of the, I guess, provinces. of New Pokemon Snap, and y'all are in for a treat. Don't go touching that dial.
Don't turn that channel. Just turn the volume straight up. It is a fun ride. 2.5 hours.
I agree.
ago.
Turn the volume up.
All right, with that,
Like, crank that volume.
I think
This game is great.
the music's great. I think we're
Right.
good to go.
I'm pretty much good to go.
Excellent.
I'm also good to go. So whenever you two are ready, count us down.
CJ, would you do the honors?
Sure thing. We're gonna go on 3 and then go, or 1 and then go. So 3, 2, 1, go! And just like that, our two competitors are off. Eric said most of the base information that you need to know, but while they're getting through this opening salvo of text and cutscene and Pokemon, allow me to regale you with a few little things that are gonna get lost in the shuffle here as we are playing in Japanese, the fastest language. This is our player character. She is the Pokemon picture person with the most prowess. There's this Stoutland that's coming up. Here he is, right here. It surprises us. Get used to him, and now he's gone. He's never coming back.
We'll be back.
So, this is New Pokemon Snap. The last Pokemon Snap, the 80% world record, is 20 minutes, and Eric knows the time exactly, but it's like 20 minutes and 29 seconds.
32.
32
27.
seconds. You know, 27 on Wii U. Like, you possibly both couldn't have known that because you each have the record in those respective categories. This is the Lentil region. The Lentil region is a new region specifically for New Pokemon Snap. And the Lentil region has a bunch of different areas, as do most Pokemon games. It's got your classic desert vibe area. It's got a volcano, because of course it does. It's got sands, it's got beaches, it's got underwater stages. It's got parks, it's got camps, it's got everything. We're gonna take a jaunt through all of the regions. This is the first tutorial, which is gonna tell everybody how to play the game. Because it's been 20 years since the last one, you do need a refresher that we take pictures. That's how we capture them. We capture their hearts and souls. You can do a little bit of lag reduction by looking up.
I don't believe you get
And
extra
yeah,
points
so
for
we're-
getting their hearts and souls.
You know? The hearts and souls were the friends we made along the way. So you gotta take a picture of that villain, and then you gotta get a picture of this little Pikachu. And just like that, the tutorial is through. This is the only tutorial that you cannot skip. All the other tutorials in the game we are about to skip. So this is Professor Mirror. He has glasses and goggles because everybody who wears glasses should wear safety goggles. Everybody that doesn't wear glasses should also wear safety goggles in a laboratory. Oak has just been not following the OSHA guidelines for all these years. And yeah, this is just getting us through the tutorial of the game. Hey, you take pictures of Pokemon. This is how they're scored. They're scored based on size, placement, if there's other things in the picture, you know, and that gives you your final total. Now, Eric mentioned it earlier, but essentially what we're trying to do to go as fast as possible, because after all, this is a speed run, our goal is to get the points needed to reach, for the most part, on most levels, and we'll point out when the exceptions are there. We're trying to get the minimum amount of points required to unlock Research Level 2, because for the most part, progression is tied to getting Research Level 2 on any given course. So we are now off to the first course in the game, and that is the park. Florio, no,
Yeah.
park. It's just park. It's Florio
Florio
Park.
National
There we go.
Florio region, or the Florio area.
In the Florio region. So Eric out to a slight lead because of all that button mashing and lag reduction. But, you know, it's still neck and neck. This is the opportune place in the run where you can adjust your settings. It has the least penalty because you're already going as slow as you can possibly go in this section. We have no dash engine yet. We have no means of going any faster. We don't even have an apple or an Illumina orb or a melody to play. So we're just going to enjoy the scenery. Our lovely little joyride across this beautiful little park. So all of the points that we get are going to get tabulated into a total, and that total for this level to move on to get research level 2 is 40,000 points. So Eric and Quo, Gunlap and Quo, I'm going to call him Eric because he always asks people to call him Eric. So Eric and Quo need to get 40,000 points. So they took a Pavilion at the start. They're going to get the Grookey and the Pichu. There's Boufflant in the background, which is like a safety picture that they took. There's a Bidoof after this bridge coming up. You know, so the other thing I want to mention is that an update from the original game. The original game was you moved the fastest when you were looking straight forward, and you moved at half speed when you were looking on. You would move slower when you were looking at the sides. You moved your slowest when you were looking behind you. That came at the cost that the only time that you could take pictures was when you were zoomed in, if you were hitting the Z button. You can now take pictures not zoomed in, as most of us do. We are, in fact, holding a camera phone-like device, so that only makes sense. There's no zoom to hold, right? Technology has come a long way since the dark days of 1998 in terms of photography. And you have more freedom in the pictures that you can take because you have these other options that you can take with the camera. However, you can't lock your speed. So before, lock your speed by holding Z. You could go backwards, you could go side to side. You would always have the speed that you had when you were looking straight forward. We don't have that luxury now because zooming in also slows us down. So we have to just look straight ahead. The other game had a lot of lag reduction. At least the N64 version. This doesn't have a lot of lag reduction because the fastest way to go is looking dead ahead. So that is sort of the basics to get you up to speed. We've been taking pictures. We took a picture of the Bidoof. We took a picture of Swanna. We got, if you didn't get the Pichu in the beginning, there's a little Pichu off to the side. We got Dodrio. We got the Magikarp that was kind of chilling out in the water.
I'd like to add something about Dodrio that I just took right now.
Yeah.
So kind of contradictory to what CJ was saying, you do want to look forwards, but there I did look backwards because you can take Dodrio initially when you go past him, but there's an animation when the Bidoof wake him up, and it's when his eyes are closed and his head is rising, it'll count as a 2-star photo. So there I had to look back because you get a lot of points for that one, and I do a strict route in park, and we need those extra points, so it goes from like 4,400 to around 4,600 to 4,700. So I do lose time looking backwards, but ultimately it will save me time in the long run.
Yeah. So there are times where you want to look in different directions that may slow you down if the benefit is that you're getting more points. Eric took 10 Pokemon. Another quality of life improvement. You just saw before Amber cycling through photos, trying to figure out which was the best one. This one, we leave it up to Mirror. If you only take one photo of each Pokemon, Mirror just auto-selects. And so Mirror just picks the best photos for you. It saves a lot of time. It's pretty fun. I like that feature a lot. For speedruns, it's kind of janky because you're at the will of the AI, who sometimes picks photos that you yourself would not pick. But these points are looking pretty good.
So far,
I
they've
like
been
these points.
really good, yes. And I'm glad menuing
Eric's
is not a
points are
factor in this
looking
game
good.
because in the old Snap, it was very hard to optimize, and you were mashing your games out for that one.
I mean, it's still pretty tight. Like I said, there's not a lot of crazy speed tech on the first part of the game.
Yeah, and the first few stages they're pretty slow, and once the game develops, they get easier and easier. Most of the movements at the end because you get the dash engine, and there's a couple tricky movements you have to do. But for the most part, early game isn't too bad. It just if you do a strict route, the points are pretty tough.
So Eric, like the hurdling over the bar, got just enough points. Let's see where Quo comes in. There you go. Or maybe just a little overshot it, but you know, that's the comfort and security and the competency we expect from our high score champion.
I did take a safety
Oh,
picture,
honestly.
but oops. you know, it's better to take an extra picture for about a 6-second time loss than you to go back in and lose 45 seconds.
So now, Mirror is like, hey, there are Pokemon that will do certain interactions if you scan them. I'm gonna teach you how, and we're gonna say, no, you're not. We're independent, and see you later. We skip that tutorial. There we go. So we don't need to know how to scan the Pokemon. We've already taken the tutorial. So there's a different functionality. There's a different thing that you can do in this game that you couldn't do in the original. It allows you to scan the Pokemon. It kind of envelops people. It envelops the pokes in this like aura, and then it has like this like weird like spidey sense tingling effect. Then you enter into Park Day and exit, because like the old game, I'm gonna draw lots of comparisons. Mirror cannot give you two things at once. So technically, by getting 40k on the first time through Park, we unlock two things. Mirror has a one-track mind. He wanted to get the scan tutorial out of the way. He cannot do two things at once. You cannot unlock two things at once. So by quickly entering Park Day again, and then exiting, you're allowed to unlock Park Night, which is the next level that we need to go to. So we just don't even take a picture. He's like, you didn't take any pictures. Well, try again in the future. And then he's like, hey, do you want to go to like Park Night? There's some cool stuff at Park Night. Go back to the park at night. Like some 80s horror thriller. You know, like, oh, we gotta go to the amusement park at night.
I just like park.
So we're going to the park at night. It's exactly like that. Shout out to DC the Joker, who's the actual second place, I believe, unless he took it back. High score champion. Well, it's top 4, but you know, he's #1 in my heart.
DC's #2. As of
He's
like
number one.
an hour and a half ago.
I know, he's
It's rough
#2.
out
I'm
here.
saying you're #1.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cutthroat world out here.
I'm assuming I'm down the
And
line.
Eric, you're #1 in my heart too.
Ooh, there's a tie for number
But
one
like the
in
second
CJ's
number
heart.
one.
You're the second #1, yeah. Because he actually high scores and you don't. I burnt my hand at night. So,
Thank you.
if you thought, you know, the level was going to change, it does change. Pokemon that don't come out during the day are suddenly here at night, like Tangrowth. Tangrowth doesn't like being scanned, so he's like, hey, what are you doing? We got these other Pokemon along the side. We took a bad picture of Boufflant. Or I think Quo might have taken the safety Boufflant. Someone took a safety Boufflant. Now you're gonna take a better Boufflant. So there's like a photo dex total, and then there's your research level total. So you might be thinking, oh, well, we already took a photo of Boufflant, so what are we doing here? Well, the way that it works is, if you take a photo of Boufflant and it's worth 2k at Park Day, and then you come back later and you take a 4,000 point photo of Boufflant, that 4,000 point picture is better than your original. Your photo deck score is going to go up by 2,000, but your research level is going to go up by 4,000. I think I got that right. I think that's how that works.
Yes.
So, yes. So, you are encouraged. In the old game, we discouraged taking duplicates of Pokemon because you needed to have a certain Mon total, and taking repeat photos of Pokemon was kind of really laggy. The N64 could barely handle it. She was giving it all she got, Captain, but she couldn't take much more. And the Switch, despite what some people, you know, might say about it, it does have the edge. It is able to do it. So we want to just take the best photos that we can, so that we can get that point threshold to get Park Night Research Level 2, which is 50,000 is the threshold for Park Night. So you can see not a lot going on. We're getting some pokes. We're gonna get Bite. We're gonna get Bidoof. Eric just got a cool pincer. What was up here? He just harassed those Murkrow. Little sleepy Grookey and Pichu, because they're adorable.
And worth a lot of points.
Yeah, and those Grookey and Pichu, you can get a better score on them with apples. Like if you bonk them, the pose will be a little bit higher. But right now we're kind of limited to the scan function, and I use it there for Hoot Hoot because you do get a little more points as opposed to just taking in an idle pose photo of Hoot Hoot.
Yep. So every Pokemon has 4 different star ratings. I don't want to say poses because there's different things that they do that may or may not count for different star ratings. So you can also, for example, if you're like, oh, well, I need 3,000 points and I took a photo of Arbok, but it's a level star rating 1, you can go back and get a star rating 3 and you boost your point total again. So we're gonna beg, borrow, steat, and shield our way. Cheat, not shield. It's shield. But he knows. All right, and just like that, we're through Park Night. There were no Freddy Kruegers. There was no Jasons. No hockey mask horror.
Pretty safe Park Night.
I can't think of another word that starts with H. Safe Park Night. There we go. Those park rangers, man, they do their work. They take it seriously.
Oh,
Shout out to all the park rangers out there.
their service does not go unnoticed. I'll point out
Not
that
in GDQ stream, it doesn't.
I did miss a Pokemon here. I was supposed to get a Pidgeot, but it's okay because I could take a re-entry route. I will be short points here, but it's not that bad because we do need a new Pokemon to unlock Todd. I'm not short a lot of points. Okay.
You're shooting 9,000, yeah. So, if you want to explain that, you can. We have to go back in anyway.
Yeah, we do have to go back in anyway, and even if we get to research level 2, it won't be enough to unlock the Todd cutscene. If we do get to research level 2, what I would normally do is go into the Lumina spot again after getting Meganium and just take a very poor photo. The score does not matter as long as you have research level 2 in Park Night. But what does matter is that it is a new variant of a Pokemon, so a new star, let's say. And that'll be enough to unlock the Todd cutscene. With the route I'm doing, I can just get the new Pokemon and then get research level 2 at the same time, so it will be okay. But just a reroute I have to do, no big deal.
Yeah, and so maybe more ideally, Crow was off by about 900 points, but again, you have to go back in anyway.
Yeah.
So the reason the plot, if you're wondering the plot,
Oh no.
the plot is, and I'm gonna do my best to be, real talk with you, the audience, because I think that you're smart enough to handle this plot. I really do. I trust all of you.
All of chat is big brain.
So, all of chat is big brain. You go, chat. So, Professor has this really bizarre theory. He's like, some Pokemon glow, man. And we're like, yeah? And he's like, yes. Some of them glow. Some of them are huge and glow, and I don't know what causes it, but I think a meteor struck the Earth and made them big and glow. And so, as you can see, there's a big glowing Meganium, and it's all like big and glowing, and it hides for some reason. I don't know where it hides.
How?
One, it's like the Loch Ness Monster. I don't know where you hide an 11-foot tall Meganium that glows at night, but here we are. So that's so we're gonna take a photo of Meganium. Usually these boss fights, like the Meganium fight, or some of the other ones that we're gonna see later, they revolve around trying to hit them with Illumina Orbs. However, we haven't been given any Illumina Orbs, so Meganium's gonna do us a favor, and he or she, Meganium, is just gonna go up and sniff this little rock crystal thing, and that's going to make Meganium glow. And Meganium glowing means that we can take a picture that counts as an Illumina Pokemon. The professor is very adamant that there are only 4 Illumina Pokemon, 1 for each region. There's only 4, everybody. I want you to keep that in mind. It's gonna be we're gonna be here a while. We're gonna get to know each other. We're gonna become family. But I want you to remember the professor's theory is that a meteor came, hit the Earth, and made 4 Pokemon glow. And there's only 4 of them. Okay.
May I add
Story
on to
checks out.
that?
Hey, you wanna
Did
go
the
on?
meteor also destroy Xerneas, the 5th of the Lumina Pokemon?
You kind of killed the joke a little early, but you kind of killed the joke a little early. Also,
I actually didn't catch on
Xerneas is
there.
not.
Okay.
Xerneas is not the 5th one. He is the 7th one.
Question mark?
Because we'll get there. I promise.
At first I thought I had questions, now I have numerous questions.
I promise. I'm gonna count. I didn't get the part, but I did audition for Sesame Street. So you can't skip. Like usually in the old game, hey, take the photos you need, then leave. You can't do that. Mirror's like, no, enjoy my scenery.
Yeah.
We paid a lot of artists
Eric,
to
if you want
make these
pause
beautiful
real quick
levels.
to show them that the button's grayed out, you can do that.
The buttons are what?
If you want to pause in the level, just show them the buttons are grayed out. You can go ahead and do that.
Gamesmanship on the bounty. He's
Okay.
trying to get you to slow down.
I still don't know what that means.
So you can't. I was saying you can't quit out, and he was trying to get you to pause and slow down.
I see. Okay.
Trying to be a deterrent, a speed bump, that
For-
trickster quo.
I'll try to remember that
For the
in every
fans.
single level after that.
For the audience.
Exactly.
No. But take our word for it, you can't leave.
It's nice that you could do it in the old game. That's what, optimization led to a lot of optimizations. You could just like quit out of stages instead of completing it from start to finish. This game, you have to complete every single level from start to finish.
I'm going to answer a question from chat. And the question is, how do you run a game that is literally on rails? And that is a good question. And it's a question that the Snap community gets regularly. On the original, you had to worry about things like the actual hardware melting as you tried to play it. Like, Quo's actual hardware melted when he tried to play it. The solder got all over the board. It was a hard knock life for him. It wasn't a pleasant experience, right? So you had to worry about lag reduction and getting as most points and as few Pokemon as possible. The same principle exists here. The very, very first run of any percent is an hour longer than what the record is now. So, there definitely is ways that you can save time. Take fewer pictures of Pokemon, take better photos of Pokemon. It's not a speedrun in the sense that we can glitch to the end. Although there is a cool thing that we're not going to get to show off. There is like a wrong warp in snowfields. But, all in all, it's like, hey, you know what? If you want to see the speedrun in action, stay tuned. Now we have to go back into a level. As Eric had mentioned earlier, he needs 9,000 points,
Trying to figure
and
this out
Quo
right
needs
now.
900 points. We're gonna see the, at one time, greatest Snap player in the world figure it out in real time.
We're gonna try to figure
So
this out.
yeah, taking a picture of Score Bunny as it's running away, getting the long shot from downtown of the Bidoof, and then getting Sleepy Bouffalon getting hit with an apple. All right, that was also a 1-star pose. That didn't help too much.
Ooh, that was another 2-star pose.
So all of those Pokemon could have worked if they were a different star rating.
It was, I did get the Bidoof points though. I did get the Bidoof points.
You did get the Bidoof points, which did lower the total a little bit. We're gonna see what the idea here is. As it looks like Quo restarted the game.
Yeah, I entered the wrong level, and it's faster to restart the game than it is to quit out the level and pick a new level.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to get more
normally-
pro here.
With the route that we're doing, you can get Park Knight 2 the first time around. So the second time around, you just go back and get a second Meganium. But I didn't get Park Knight 2, so I'm going to need this Bidoof. And
There we
I
go.
entered the Meganium because I mash like a madman, apparently.
If Spicy were here, Spicy Buns in chat would tell you to mash with purpose. Shout out to Spicy Boot. Spicy Buns. My gosh, your text-to-speech has ruined my ability to say Spicy's name. And we're gonna bonk the Caterpie for good measure. Because what has Caterpie done for me lately? Just like that, Quo has reached the research level 2, and now he's going to get a visit from a familiar face.
Yeah, Cole's kind of gained a sizable lead here. I did forget, now I'm remembering, I did forget 2 Pokemon in my first go through Park Night, so.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, I actually forgot Swan as well as Pidgeot. I hope I make it over. Wow, I'm still 3K short.
Hey, it's Argic
It was very
from the
surprising.
last run.
Since this game is like so new, there have been so many route changes like this one that I took back when I was in Park Night. Because it's still pretty new, so I don't know if Eric just has the old muscle memory that didn't, or
Right. Well, Todd, that's Todd Snap. Todd Snap, you may remember from the anime if you never played the Pokemon Snap, the original. Or you maybe remember him from the previous run, where he was the protagonist, the player character. And then this is Phil. And Phil, spelled Phil, is filler. I don't know why, because all anime friends have to have 3 people in the group, I guess. I'm not sure. Phil doesn't do anything. Phil is Phil. Phil is angry at you. He's Todd's protege, but he just basically showed up one day and said, "I'm your protege." Phil, to the best of our knowledge, Phil says that he's like, "Oh, you get all the best shots," which you won't see because we're playing in Japanese. But he's, we don't even know that he has a camera. I think that he just goes around like the kids do, and he's like with his fingers, he makes like the little square, and he's like, like he makes the sound with his mouth.
that's a Bidoof.
All right, and just like that, we're on to the second stage, which is the forest.
Jungle.
There is a jungle. My bad. I almost messed it up. Jungle has a lower point threshold. There we go. That's the score bunny that Eric was looking for.
Yeah, I didn't get it originally because
That's
I got
enough.
the ending animation of the scan, and the ending animation of the scan won't be a 2-star, it'll be a 1-star. So, fixing that.
Now, I will say that do not count Eric out. This game is easy to make a little mistake that costs you a lot of time.
Yes.
So it's anybody's race. Also, Eric's PB is about 3 minutes faster than Quo's, so he has the late game advantage. So Jungle Day, we need 35,000 points, which we are going to get as we go through this very lovely level. There is a day and a night variant of this level that we're going to explore. And did you already do the Arbok?
No, I'm getting to him.
No. Okay. So yeah, so since we're a little bit ahead, I'll talk about Jungle Day. You're gonna get some cool Pokemon. The one thing that they really improved upon from the first, I guess technically they had half the Pokemon in the game, but when you have 150 Pokemon and you have a game that only has 63 in it, kind of weak sauce. This game has 214 Pokemon, which again, not a huge dent into the whole total, sum total of Pokemon that exist in the Pokédex. I haven't played since Gen 3, so that's my fault. But it feels full. The levels feel a little more full. They feel, as the Apom continues to disappoint Quo in the ways only the prodigal son could disappoint.
I still don't know
Right,
why
it
he
pops
has
out.
I still don't know why he's a hand-drawn mouth. His mouth is hand-drawn. He has no teeth.
Is it?
If you look at it closely, yeah, it's just hand-drawn. There's
In Gen
literally
2, they didn't have that many pixels for teeth, okay?
They
just had
couldn't
to-
spare
They
them.
had to interpret what the Pokemon looked like.
You'd expect the game in 2021, though, they would update it with actual teeth. Because it is an actual living, breathing Pokemon.
Like they did my boy Typhlosion dirty. They updated him. They made him go from green with flames to blue. He completely ruined him.
Wait, he's blue now?
I think he's blue.
He's like dark blue.
All right, we're about to debate this. I'm about to Google Typhlosion.
We all see colors
They
differently.
also don't give him the flames. They took away he's just a big shrew now. Like a mole.
It's a big
If
dog.
I saw a Typhlosion in my house, I would hire an exterminator. That's not a cool pet.
I would just buy a fire extinguisher, to be honest.
There are 898 as of Gen 8 DLC. Yes. There was no way that they were gonna fit 900 pokes.
In this
DJ,
game,
no,
he's
I'm
definitely
wrong.
dark green.
What? No, we had a poll about this. He's definitely blue. The people have spoken.
Definitely
No, that is dark green. I stand by this.
Amber, you and me, kindred spirits. We're fighting the world alone because we had someone who was colorblind, that they had an impartial opinion, use a color picker, and give us the hex code. And they
I'm
were
going
still
off
wrong.
of this picture.
Okay.
I've linked it in the chat. That is the picture I'm going from. That is from the photo decks.
That's
Or,
green.
That's absolutely green. That's like a dark green with a hint of blue in there.
No, okay, so that's not fair because that was hit by an Illumina orb. So he's glowing green because of the orb.
Quiet, you. Don't you have a speedrun to focus on?
I can look all the pictures I need.
I'm here to debate. I'm here to debate the colors of Pokemon.
Okay.
That's why you asked me here for it. Okay, so now go.
This is also dark
jungle.
green.
Yeah, Pedro's right. The green is because of the orb. He's blue.
All right, I've got one that isn't Illumina orbed, and it looks dark green to me, I swear.
Yeah, me too. No, we're on the same page, Amber. We're on the same page. Now, I don't know why he ain't got the flames coming out the back. Right? They made him like a big, like naked mole rat.
But he can have the flames coming out. Like, the same thing was with, like, Cyndaquil, I think. Cyndaquil and Quilava, like, didn't always have, the thing. They didn't always have their flames coming out all the time.
I don't know if I want to give my opinion on what color Typhlosion is because I think it'll just add more fuel to this this convoluted debate. But I'm gonna
say he's
go ahead
yellow,
and
okay.
say it is one of the two colors that you two mentioned.
There we go. Hey, listen, green or blue are at least in the ballpark, right? But
Yeah.
someone told me once he was brown. I was like, you're way off. That's not. You're hustling backward. So let's see how Crow's points turn out. He needs 35k points.
Yeah, there've been
Like I said, the
few scuffed pictures, but fingers are crossed.
TJ silence. Chat is revolting.
Alright.
I'll be the villain. That's fine.
I mean, I'm the villain right there with you.
Are you not entertained? All right, so Crow's got enough to go to Jungle Knight. I got Park on the Brink.
Splendid. Did you get Arbok, Crow?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
needed it because I butchered everything else apparently.
Yeah, I butchered Apom. So you can get through Park Day and Park Night. Not Park Day, Park Night. We just finished those stages. Jungle Day and Jungle Night without Arbok, but yeah, if you kind of butcher one Pokemon, you do need to take the backup because Jungle Day is very strict in terms of points with the fewest pictures as possible. So, him and I both got Arbok.
I have anosmia. I could not, in good conscience, render a verdict on the smell of the chat. I got silent because Amber mentioned the flames. It couldn't have been because I wanted to give Amber the floor for their correct opinion on the color of Typhlosion. You'll all see when we get to Volcano. You'll see, there's a Typhlosion there. And we get time to look at him in detail. Lots of it. There's a whole Typhlosion village. You'll see. Yeah, you'll get your just desserts.
Unfortunately, you may have to look at Quo stream because you may look left. I won't be looking left, so you won't be seeing any Typhlosion.
He's gonna reduce lag on the Typhlosion.
So, if you want to drift Quo to look left and see those Typhlosion just for CJ's visual enjoyment, feel free to do so.
So you can kill the Morlul there with the fluff fruit, the fruit that's supposed to be lighter than the air, and it just dies.
Yeah, Morlul's...
It disappears after you hit it.
He doesn't have a good time. That's actually like a really good 3-star picture if you have the dash engine, but unfortunately we don't. So it's a slightly less good 3-star picture, but it's still a lot of points.
The notes for Morlul say bonk Morlul from behind, pig from front after it dies.
Those are my notes.
That is his notes. Toucan and sleeping, and then the Pokemon that we're gonna get left are. There's gonna be a little Picky Peck. I always get that one wrong. I always say Pippy Peck or Pripyat, which is objectively wrong.
Mucky Mucky.
I'm gonna call it
Pucky-
Pipsqueak. Sounds about right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Puggy Mucky is what it should be called.
I know a couple people who call Picky Peck Pipsqueak.
We'll get there. Ooh, actually,
I thought it was Pukumuku.
It is
The okay.
CJ just can't read.
I can't pronounce. What is it? Pukamuku?
Pukumuku.
Hockey Puck, yeah.
My lips don't make those shapes. Pucky Mucky. I'm a new guy.
Mucky Mucky.
I think everybody gave it a little ad lib when they first read the word Pukamuku. But Pucky Mucky is definitely a first. I will tell you that, CJ.
Don't feel bad. For years, I could not pronounce Reuniclus, so I would just always nickname it Fetus,
That's fair.
which is still wrong for what it is.
Alrighty, Roo.
Flying baby?
But like, it took until like last year to pronounce Reuniclus correct.
Okay. I was kind of close. My first pronunciation was Reuniclus. But it's actually Reuniclus. So.
I thought it was like a Runiclus or something.
True.
I was lost.
But it's 100% Pucky Mucky. Alright, so, but don't worry, Pucky Mucky doesn't show up in Jungle Knight. It has the decency to show up later. So we're gonna get Yan Mega eating this little apple. One thing I do want to say, if you want to speedrun this game, and while we have a little bit of time here, if you want to speedrun this game, it's a really easy game to pick up. There is an abundance of pictures that you can take in every stage. There are a few stages that are tight, but in general, it's really forgiving. And the one thing I always tell people, do a run and then figure out why the world record or the better times that you do what they do. So pick this game up if you want and just go through it. I mean, it's not hard. The game tells you where to go. You can choose where you want to go later and just get to the end. With little guidance and just winging it, you can probably get, like a 3 hour and 30-minute time and then go your way from there. It's pretty good.
A very relaxing speed game, if I will put a personal take on it.
Until you have to start mashing.
You have to start mashing, and you have to use the dash engine in late game. There's actually a ton of movement in late game.
There's a ton of movement. So Crow just got through Jungle Knight. We're gonna check out his points, and while those are being tabulated, we're gonna check back in on Eric.
Oh, I just realized Quo's
All the
wearing the
more
gloves. This
low.
guy's ahead of me. He's ready.
Oh, he put the gloves on.
He's ready.
I had to, serious race.
My name's Quo, and I have arthritis. Shout out to Wilford Brimley. Gone too soon. Yeah, so I think it's a very beautiful, serene thing. So the one thing that I overlooked it when we were doing Quo's end of the game. We're gonna see it when Eric does it now. You have to take photos of these crystal bloom to get the Illumina orbs. You'll notice we didn't get an Illumina orb on Florio because you don't actually need the Illumina orb to get through Florio. The Meganium, which is really why you need them, Illumina orbs add pizzazz to your photos. Can't see it, but I am doing spirit finger. Thank you. And so we're gonna take photos of these crystal bloom. There are some Pokemon that count as taking photos of crystal bloom. Like they just they check that box because progression in this game is a little wonky. But you can see Quo just unlocked the Illumina orbs for Florio and Velusilva. Yes. So, and you'll notice that we just threw a yellow orb at a yellow crystal bloom at the lab. What's wrong with that, you might ask? Well, I'm gonna tell you. The orbs are only supposed to work on the little island that there are. And the blue orb is the Florio orb. So the professor threw a yellow orb at a yellow plant on Florio, but only the blue orb should be able to work there. So small continuity error. I keep hearing aluminum orb.
Aluminum.
Yes. If I can't say Pucky Mucky, there's no way I'm gonna be able to say alumina. And we're going through Jungle Knight again because I think Quo missed the threshold. The threshold is a little tighter there. It's at 45,000.
Yes, there's a bit of routing magic to be done. Since we do need to re-enter Jungle Knight anyways, because we did get orbs, so we can't unlock a course and an item at the same time. We just re-enter and we take 3 pictures of Pokemon that we've already gotten before. So let's skip the new animation that pops up. And it ends up saving a bit of time. So we're planning on being short after jungle, but then we're supposed to make it here, which I did with 900 points.
Yeah.
We're gaining.
I'll be doing the same thing as well.
Yes.
So
it's in the same spirit as Mirror will not give you 2 things at once. And I apologize, Eric. I cut you off there.
Okay, we just take Yan Mega, Bounce Week, Lipard, and they're different stars, so we get research points and they're not the same. And 8,425 is perfect for what I'm at right now.
Alright, I can either sidetrack into a fun fact or ask a very moral question that's going to determine the rest of my run. Which do you want first?
All right, I'm gonna roll the Celestial D4. I want the moral question.
Okay, so my route is different than Eric's. I do sand, and then I do the water levels, and then I do volcano. Do you think I should stick to the same one that they all do for consistency, or should I just do my own thing and no one will know who's ahead of who until we meet back up in forest?
It sounds very interesting.
Ooh. All right,
Yeah.
the divergent paths.
Actually. And
I believe in you.
oh, would you like to implore us all on why you do that route and the gigantic time save there is to doing this route?
So technically, it is minimally faster because you do less inputs to move around the map, but also I don't like the water levels as much, so I just get them out of the way first in case I have a mistake.
That's fair.
I think the quotation he told me was it saves like 2 menu inputs.
Yeah, it's
A
like
whole 2 menu inputs.
2 cursor movements.
It bothers me to no end that that's why you do it.
Listen,
You have other problems. I think people are thinking it would be a great idea for the 2 of you to diverge. So here we go. We're gonna find out who's ahead in 2 hours.
not that long.
Well, an hour and a half.
All right, so back on this fun fact, right? So aluminum, you can't put it in the microwave, right?
Right.
Right. But if you had a perfect sphere of aluminum, you actually could, because the microwaves bounce off the edges of aluminum. If you had a perfect sphere, you could put it in the microwave and it would not explode.
Yes, this is true.
Would have been a very useful
I would not
trick.
recommend trying that at home, though.
No, do not do that at home. No, none
Like,
of you.
please do not do that.
I guarantee nobody watching this program at this moment has a perfect sphere of aluminum.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be digging up some
And
old
even if you do,
warranties.
don't do it.
Yeah, it's the perfect sphere part that's tough, because if there's just a tall, small thing, then it sort of falls apart. I don't condone. Condone? Approve.
Yeah, condone is both is appropriate here. Don't approve it and don't condone it.
I don't approve of testing these scientific things from people here on the internet. But,
We went on a sharp tangent about aluminum, and I just want to say that it's just my awful New York accent that prevents me from saying illumina.
Alumina.
Illumina. Ah, gosh, guys. We've got the Illumina orbs.
You may notice, though, that I don't have alumina orbs, because we are on a different island, and we will need to unlock them.
Yes. There are only 4 islands in this game, don't you know? There's only 4 of them. You may have noticed that we didn't fight any, like, huge glowing Pokemon, and that is correct. For whatever reason, you have to go back to Bella Silva later. I don't know why they kind of made it that way. Maybe to make the world feel bigger than it is. But, yeah. you don't unlock the second level in Bella Silva until later.
So Heliolisk joined the party there. I've never seen Heliolisk go behind Skorupi like that. So hopefully that's a Skorupi, not a Heliolisk, but I saw the box there.
I have faith in you. The threshold that we're trying to get to is 30,000. This is probably one of my favorite levels. I really like the sand and the volcano. Those are probably my favorite levels. Is Vivillon, as Quote would say, is that the only Pokemon that appears in every stage?
Yes, Magikarp is not in Volcano and Camp, but Vivillon appears everywhere. So since Trapinch has such a huge head, he actually stopped me, which was slightly unfortunate.
That's Quo's Trapinch now.
Oh no. Oh, this game is adorable.
It is very adorable. Every stage? I'm pretty sure.
What's every stage?
The villain?
I mean, every stage is like the boss stages, pretty much.
Yeah, no,
It's
I guess,
Vivillon.
every
Sorry, I don't think
island.
ever.
I only say Vivillon because you say Vivillon.
Vivillon?
But nobody's gotten the Magikarp in Volcano? Nobody yet?
No.
Still? Not yet?
No.
Chat, anybody gotten the Magikarp in Volcano?
He eludes me.
He must elude me too, because I have not seen him.
Gunlap apparently went for the Baller Bird.
Baller Bird?
You know what the Baller Bird is?
Zero idea.
Oh Noob said you went for the Baller Bird. So, congratulations, Eric.
Oh, okay, I wasn't reading chat. Yeah. That's actually an easier bird. You just take it on camera lock. And he gives you over 4,000 points, so it's very nice. That bird's kind of an issue, as there is technically a route in sand where you could replace you can replace a Pokemon and only get... No, actually, no, it's not that. You actually skip Magikarp, so you save 2.4 seconds because it takes around that time to register a Pokemon. That Mandibuzz is not the highest scoring Mandibuzz, but there's a Mandibuzz just before. You kind of see it flying around the Crystal Bloom. But I don't do that route. Yeah, it's, I'm not sure if sand's pretty safe. You make it by like over 1,000 for the most part.
And just like that, both of our racers are done with Park Day. Go into Park Night.
Sands.
So, sorry, Sands. There's too many levels, okay? Too many. We can keep them all straight. Not the professional commentator you see before you. We're gonna bonk this Trapinch because don't worry though. People were worried that the apple-shaped Pokemon food, the ASPF from the first game, that was animal cruelty because we were hurling rotten food at animals, right? Don't worry, this is supposed to be lighter than air. It's, I don't know why. I don't think that the marketing people spoke to the engineers, but when do they ever, right? Yeah, it definitely falls in the air.
The fluff fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say.
That is exactly what.
Ayo. Got him. Great. There's also another Crystal Bloom that we're going to take a picture of. The fun fact on the history of this speedrun, we used to think that you had to take this branching path over to the side here to unlock the next level. We were wrong. But during a race between me and Quo, was CC in that race?
Yes. Just for context, this was like within the week that the game came out. It's not like...
I don't know why you need to improve that context. It's okay. So we thought you had to take the alternate route to unlock the next level. Turns out you don't. Doesn't have to happen. So we found that out after Quo had already gone through a second time and taken the alternate route. Basically done the whole level twice. And yeah, me and Cece won that race because we didn't do that. Actually, no, Quo still won that race, even though he had like a 5-minute time lost that we didn't have.
You know.
So, that's just how good our competitors are tonight.
Well, I mean, I've had a 3.5 minute time last night, so definitely could have been a 5-minute time loss.
It is anyone's game still. Quo could have catastrophe.
Very true,
More
very
luck
true.
than
We
you
still have
think.
about an hour and a half left in the game. Hour and 45 minutes, roughly.
Yeah, a little more than
Hour
that.
50, hour 55.
Estimate's 2:45. We'll get done. We'll finish ahead of estimate. But Eric, you're gonna save all those frames on the Typhlosion room.
Yeah, I do hope Whoa allows me to take the lead there, because
I'll
I
look
am
left for a
sweating
solid
buckets
second
right
and a
now.
half for you.
2.5, okay. So
There are 2 crystal blooms that suck for no reason. That's one of them. That's the crystal bloom you have to take. It speeds you up to go over that edge, so it's kind of like tricky, for especially if you're new to the game. It's a little tricky to get the that crystal bloom. This is where the onyx go to sleep. That one just told the other ones they read it Goodnight Moon in onyx speak.
Onyx.
In the anime, isn't he just like?
Oh, does he not even say his name? That's
yeah,
unfortunate.
he just
Yeah.
growls. He does not say
He-
his name.
Didn't he get
just-
owned by a
yeah.
sprinkler?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got owned by a sprinkler and a yellow rat.
And Brock never taught him to speak. Damn.
Imagine having like a 40-foot tall snake made of rock and it gets destroyed by OSHA.
Oh, that would be a big travesty, indeed. We get this Magikarp here. You get Magikarp. For the most part, we try to get it every stage. You don't have to get it in cave, but if you do get it in cave, it's kind of like a backup photo. I replace Sableye with Magikarp, so that's kind of a tricky route because the movement there is very, very quick. There's a lot of things you do, but we'll get to that point when we cross that bridge.
There's a little menuing trick that Quo is showing off. It is faster. So let's say, for example, you take a photo of a Pokemon that you've already taken a photo of on a new level, and it's worth more points, or less points. No, more points. That's right. It's worth more points than the photo you already have. Those points will still count towards your research level. As Code just misses the threshold for Sandsonite. But I'm sure there's a good reason.
There it.
And to really finish that faster, the only reason you would accept the higher point photo is if you cared about your photo deck score. Since we don't for the speedrun, it is technically faster to just pick the old photo, because then if you pick the new one, it's gotta be like, oh, we're gonna put this in your book. And it's like, wah, wah. And then it puts it in your book, and then you have to, like, that loses time, essentially. So one of the little tricks of the speedrun trade, as it were. And just like that, he's gonna re-enter and take a picture of Trapinch walking towards an apple. Because the first Trapinch
Or
that you
maybe
get
actually,
was the...
since I don't need that many points. Oh,
Oh!
thank you, sir.
Oh!
I don't even need to look left.
Look at that! Look at that!
Optimizing. Yeah,
You're stepping it up!
if you have
tried to,
like,
you know?
I think 1,800 points, you could just take a photo like the first frame you enter the stage, and it will always count as a screw. He's just unzoomed way in the background there, but he's like right at your reticle. And that's just enough to give you the points you need.
Yeah, because you'll get like, 900 whatever for placement and then 500 for pose, so it doesn't really matter what you get on size. It's just sort of there.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have those two criteria on just boosting the scores like mad.
The Onyx do burrow on the ground. Question from chat. You're doing this game at least.
I think that they,
See them in Sanday.
Isn't his, did you guys ever play Pokemon Puzzle League?
On the rare occasion.
I think his sound in that is just, oh.
So
Onyx really got done dirty in the VO department.
It doesn't have a lot of oomph to the growl, just like, oh, like as you described.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, imagine like an old man looking for his teeth. Oh. So Quo, in the divergent path that you wanted to see, is going to beach.
Fans.
Where we'll find Pucky Mucky.
Pucky Mucky. So if you bonk that Wingull,
Yes.
you get like 400 more points. It's just hard to bonk. Also, I do not get Pucky Mucky because I'm not good enough to get Pucky Mucky.
And I will have to take notes.
Not
on
good
that
enough
one.
to get Pucky Mucky.
I know. I take the 4-second time loss. But it is what it is. Alright, CJ, how are you going to commentate 2 different courses at the same time?
I'll summon my old-timey announcer voice.
Perfect.
Dateline.
When's the co-commentary?
Dateline GDQ stream. Crunchy, I don't want to hear it, okay? We already exhausted the Pucky Mucky. Alright, so Blossom, you know, doing their thing. So this one is, I think it's the first time we get to see it, but this is the first level that you can take a divergent path. Both in the fact that you could either go to Volcano after Sands Night or Beach, and also in the way that there are 2 split paths. This is a fork in the road, and doing that will allow us to go to the left. All right, Eric entering Volcano, which is the route I would make, as I set it up on the splits that way. All right. Machamp, that's Crunchy Brown, both because he's jacked and balding.
Jeez.
Shout out to Crunchy Brown. And this is Volcano, on your right. Oh wait, for me it's on your right. On your left, we're at Volcano. If you so on Beach, if you hit Octillery with an apple that's lighter than air, but somehow, you know, whatever, doesn't still sinks in water.
What did I miss? I missed. Uh-oh.
Did miss. And just like that, a prime opportunity for Eric, the young underdog.
The young underdog. In fact.
All right, so cool piece of speed tech here, right? All was fine, you know, and then the Sharp Tooth showed up. Shout out to the land before time. And he's like terrorizing these Archeops, right? He's like bullying, and then we're like, oh, we're gonna hit you with an apple. He's pretty mad. That's a cool picture. And then it's like Jurassic Park, where the T-Rex chases them in the dome car, so we get a little boost.
Buckle up.
Whoa.
What? No, whoa now.
Whoa.
All right, back on the serene beach. Cool picture.
There's probably a very stark difference. Got the
Yeah.
volcano and you got the, like, chill beach.
There's a vast difference between the 2 combatants.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but I wedged the apple in between the cliffside wall and Graveler. So you just heard like a like the bonk. He got bonked by the apple about like 7 times. I don't know if anybody heard
Actually, I did that yesterday with Beware on his arm, and it counted as 2 separate bonks, so I only had to hit him twice.
that. Really?
It was
Interesting.
neat, yeah.
The first
I,
time
like,
I thought
bonked his chest and then his arm. I'm like, damn. Yeah, so I ended up taking the extra Executor because I didn't trust anything I took.
Beach
You
is
know?
very, very unforgiving. I don't blame you.
Beach is very unforgiving. I've seen this comment come up a few times. I just want to say, if you think that the speedrun looks boring, or it's fun to watch, but maybe you wouldn't want to do it, the thing that I'll say is that it is a game about optimization and improvement. What you're seeing is the result of a lot of people looking for the best photos and how to take the best photos and getting the most out of those photos. The high score photo stuff for this, if you're interested in like a different way to compete in Pokemon Snap, is really competitive. It is really popping off right now. One of the Japanese high score players from the original game who had like the prohibitive lead for the longest time. He is first place right now.
Second. I think DC's been
Second
playing
place.
while we're playing.
And I think DC has been in the chat, and DC's first. Kuo was fourth. So it's very competitive. They're really exciting.
Super competitive.
Super competitive. So if you're not interested in, if the speedrunning doesn't look like your thing, the high score is a different way that you can play, and it's really competitive. It's not based in cyber score anymore, so it's nice. It has a nice little. One day, Raze will finish snapscores.com or whatever the thing was. But just like that, Kuo is done with Beach. You do not have to go into Beach Night. Technically, you don't have to. There is no Beach Night to go into. So he's going to go right on to Reef, as we're going to check Eric's points here for Volcano. To get out of Volcano, Eric is going to need 30K.
30K.
Which is pretty easy. It's pretty forgiving. I think Volcano is probably the easiest threshold to cross.
Yeah, only 7 pictures here. One of the fewest point requirements and fewest pictures we need in a stage. Pretty easy.
Like the original Volcano.
Is it 7 photos? It's 6 photos in the original, actually, so one more.
Just 6.
If you're bad, it's 7. At least I always took 7 because I panicked and took multiple photos of Carmelian. And this is Reef. Reef is above water. The worst part about Reef is that there's nothing in the beginning. So it's super unforgiving if you miss the threshold. As we see Eric pass the threshold for Volcano. You were right, this was difficult to commentate. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Love you both.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
I work hard for the money. I work hard for the money.
Also, you're killing it on commentary. Let me just tell you, you are doing fantastic.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Amber.
This ain't his first rodeo.
You are a wonderful host.
I've been mostly quiet today, so like, except for when I was running Snap earlier, but I'm just like happy I can just sit back and just enjoy the commentary and enjoy the really pretty water stages we've got going on Quo's screen.
Yes, these are really fun. So unlocking Volcano, getting through all the way to the end of Volcano, unlocks jungle. No, forest. Keep getting those backwards on Bella Silva. We're not going to go there yet because our cursor was already on Volcano. This is probably one of the areas where things start to slow down to a crawl. Everything up until now has kind of been action. This is the definition of inaction. We have to just go to the end of Volcano. That's all we have to do. And then we'll get to the Typhlosion room, which Eric is not going to look at the Typhlosions in the room. So we will turn our attention back to Reef. There's a big Wailord. There's a school of Mantines. Get it? Because it looks like they're doing some sort of instruction. You get it, huh? I'm hilarious.
CJ.
There's Crunchy Brown again.
Oops. Okay, well, that was bad. I was going to say something, but I forget what I was going with. So it probably wasn't important.
Is this something to do with Typhlosion's color?
No.
Oh, Pucky Mucky's on this stage.
Pucky Mucky is on this stage.
He has a repeat if you do get him in Beach.
Yeah, I won't be taking him just because I do like the consistency better than the slight time
Will
save.
you look in his general direction?
I'll look in. Yeah, I'll give you that one. There, he's chilling in Pelipper's mouth, which Pelipper is a what kind of bird is he?
Like a gull, I would say.
With the
He's a pelican.
That's the one.
Pelican.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Pelipper is very safe.
Who was the person that was calling it
Spicy. Pelipper.
I mean, it's a very hot bird. In a very
the red hot Pelipper's
habitat. Yeah, red hot Pelipper.
Pelipper wrote Danny California. Not a lot of people know that.
And,
the red hot Pelippeppers. I'm done.
Yeah, the red hot chili Pelippeppers they wrote under the bridge. I believe so.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a pelican.
Pucky Mucky in my mouth.
Stop.
Every time I hear that, I want to say hockey puck. All the time.
Face made for radio. what my professor said to me on the very first day of my very first college class ever. I was like, woof, thank you. This is going to be great. Dr. Shapiro, shout out wherever you are. He also wrote me a very lovely letter of recommendation. Got
Oh,
me my first job.
Good man.
So,
that's awesome.
a relationship that started off really awful and then morphed into a kind, loving old man. So, shout out to Dr. Shapiro wherever you are. The red hot pellet peppers.
I don't want to
All right, so we're-
something about this stage. if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Just before the Typhlosion. Okay, so we see the ruins in jungle, and as well as getting research level 2, you can progress and you unlock a new stage. But you actually don't see the ruins in research level 1 because the alt path is not unlocked. And now that I'm going through my second go through in research level 2, you actually always go to the right. And because this is like the only caveat, because in the other stages you could just see the ruins, here you gotta re-enter just to see the ruins. So that's why we have to re-enter the stage, even though we have research level 2. And Typhlosion's coming up here. Do I look left and you guys settle the debate of what color it is?
Yes,
Okay.
do it.
3,
I have faith
2,
in you.
1.
Take a picture just so
That's-
you don't need to look left as much.
Alright, there you go.
That's green. That's green.
I'll remember not to submit it. 'Cause I'm already in the
Like
huge
a-
deficit already.
It's like a blue, green, teal thing going
It's
on.
just
It's like
because
it's a
of the
very
lighting.
dark teal.
Like when I have a I have like one of those hue bulbs. When I set it to red, I don't become red skinned. I'm not some Martian.
God,
What?
You know, I'm still very pasty.
I don't know. It's
I
black.
have
You
the-
guys are being silly. It looks black to me.
As long as you don't say brown. Someone in all seriousness, the last time that we did this was like, no, guys, it's brown. Like, what? Honey. So now we're in Underdusty. For all of you Little Mermaid aficionados out there, everything's better down where it's wetter. So there's like Corsola and Love Discs. This level has the most bizarre progression of any of the levels in the game. It took a while for us to figure out how it exactly worked. There was a lot of YOLOing when it first came around because we're like, we have no idea how to get through this. Essentially, you have to finish the level. First things first, you have to finish the level one time first. So Quo is going to take pictures as he normally does. He's going to get to research level 2. And then he's going to go through the level again. When he goes through the level the second time, I'll get you caught up on what we're doing over there. Let's turn our attentions back to Eric. As Eric is going to take a picture of the next Illumina Pokemon. Remember, there's only 4, cough, cough, except for 1 for every island. Except, as you'll see here, in this volcano, Mirror's like, I sent a child into this very dangerous area, but don't worry, her parents signed the permission slip. Oh my god, it's a massive Volcarona. No, wait. Wait, that's not right. There was it's 2 massive Volcaronas.
2, count them, 2.
Marshmallows. So, we're
Oh, thank
already
God you got
off
that.
on the amount. There we go. We repping SpongeBob out here in these streets. So, the Volcaronas then run away. This is the first real fight that you guys are going to get to see. The Volcarona fight, quote unquote. You have to throw stuff at them to get them to dispel this like flame charge that they have, and then hit them when they're weak with, don't worry, the apples are lighter than air. It's a nudge, you know? Ever
They
get
actually
nudged?
disintegrate before they reach Volcarona.
Yes. It's like someone extinguished their flames with like a fire extinguisher in Fluff Fruit. So,
Either that or they're so offended that you're throwing food at them that they just like dispel the flames to look at you funny.
yeah, like the end of Guardians of the Galaxy where Ronan is being victim of the dance-off, and he's like, why are you doing that? It's probably the best reaction from that character that character could have possibly had.
Oh, I think I know what scene you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. He goes from being like super zealot and angry and scary and Infinity Stone wieldy, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Are you good?" It's really fun. Check that scene out if you haven't seen it in a while. You'll see what I mean. So Cole's coming to the end of Under the Sea, as Eric is admiring the beauty that is Flame Off.
Yeah, admiring, no photo taking. Just kind of want to stare at them for a bit. But there is a reason why I'm doing it. If you do take a Volcarona later in the stage, it'll be coming up in about a minute. I can't take it at the beginning, but if you take the one later in the stage, you actually save roughly 8 to 10 seconds. I'm not sure how much it is, but the reason being is because they disperse at the end quicker at the end. And you need them to disperse in order for Mir to give you the, okay, you're good to go to the finish line. But for whatever reason, taking this Volcarona coming up very soon, you just get to the goal like faster.
I do want to let everyone know, if you're worried about spoilers, this is a full game speed run. So you are going to see spoilers of the whole game. If you're worried about spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy, that was 8 years ago.
Oh my god, that was 8 years ago.
I remember.
Yeah,
I took a date to that movie. Shout out to Brianna. Lovely young lady.
So it's coming up right now, just around this pillar. Hopefully I don't miss.
That's Eric's nickname, Never Miss.
You don't miss.
Eric never missed a gun lap.
So we hit him. He's going to go to this bottom right corner of the tunnel. Pick an apple. Okay, I got him. And I'm going to wait just a little bit. He's going to come around. And I'm going to take a little more of a right here. Just a singular.
Oh, he's so happy.
Really happy.
Yeah. RQ. I'm not that old, oh noob. She's like 29 now. She's still a young lady. She's a welder. Fun fact. I just caught up with her last week. Anyway, so Quo's gonna go back to Undersea. He did have enough research points to get to research level 2. And now, okay, 7 years, thank you. It was a while ago.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. It's still beyond the threshold of which someone would be concerned about spoilers. Anyway, so the now we have to go back, and we were talking about weird progression things in this game, and the weird progression thing as it relates to Undersea is that we need Clawitzer to blow open the path that's right here on our left. You see this little cave on our left? Quo's looking at it. We need Clawitzer to do his Clawitzer thing at his Clawitzer convenience and blow open that hole, because that's the divergent path that unlocks the only. So now we know that there's 3 Illumina Pokemon, and there's 2 more islands to get them. So there's another Illumina Pokemon presumably buried underneath that rubble. However, Clawitzer appears midway through research level 2 on Undersea. So we have to go halfway through the level. He's not going to take any photos. What you have to do is you have to get the... I don't specifically remember. I believe it's that you have to get a photo of him before he leaves.
You don't need a picture. You just need one of them to win a fight. A Clawitzer fight that they do at their Clawitzer convenience, as you will.
Yeah, at their Clawitzer convenience. Do you have to Illumina award them to get them to fight, though?
Yeah.
So, like I said, the progression for what it was difficult for a while, as Whalmer is about to has sent Pucky Bucky into next week. So we're just gonna go into that room.
And doing this will make Clawitzer appear at the start of the level, and then you can blow open the rocks that CJ had pointed out earlier.
At his Clawitzer convenience.
You're right. Just whenever it's good for him, you know?
We're arguing if 32 is old. Clawitzer moves like a 90-year-old man.
It's very true.
So wait, that's how you get Clawitzer to actually blow up the side? Like, I was trying to figure that out in my casual playthrough forever, and he just suddenly appeared to do it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, so the other problem when this game first came out, as Eric enters, the other problem with this game came out was that the guides were really wrong. They were like awful. Like, they told you had to get to research level 3 and just so much misinformation. So one of them won that fight. Now that Clawitzer's gonna dip. The Clawitzer that lost is now going to go back to the start of Undersea. You're not 36, Crunchy. Stop. Anyway, so now when Quo re-enters Undersea, he's gonna hit retry. The Clawitzer is gonna be here right at the front. You have to activate Clawitzer by throwing little Orbeez at it. Quo keeping us in suspense if Clawitzer has arrived.
Oh, you want to drift to the right there, but he has arrived. He's right there.
Oh, so you don't get bodied by the Clawitzer?
Yeah, it's a tiny bit faster apparently. So I've been told. There he is.
There he goes. He's gonna do his Clawitzer thing and his Clawitzer convenience.
Is that a thing? Can I just say I'm doing something at my Clawitzer convenience? And I can
Yes,
just take
I
as
think-
You could
long
say
as
you could do
possible.
it at your gun lab convenience.
That's like
And then you
complete
take this
opposite.
little divergent path. And there you go. Now Quo is going to get a chance to put that controller down and stretch his arthritis-riddled fingers. Always wear your copper tone gloves, kids.
Always.
Take good care of your hands, or they will not take good care of you.
It's actually very true, and I say that as someone who developed like hand and wrist problems from like both doing like art a lot and also speedrunning. So do take care of yourselves, people.
I have a party trick I do at certain in-person events where I reveal to everybody that my wrists are so shot that I pop them in and out of the sockets.
Oh
just by
gosh,
wiggling
please don't do
them.
that next time at the next party.
At the next nondescript live event that me and Eric are going to be in. You know, Eric, you should come by when the border's open, you know?
Good. I mean, like, let's say it's a drive away.
Hey, I'll meet you halfway. We'll party in Watertown. So Quo missed that, but you can actually get that little electric Pokemon hidden beneath the water to shock the ever-loving daylights out of the artillery, and that's worth more points.
Oh no, I did get that. It was super late.
It was super late. Pikachu stunned to death by the claw fruit. Saw a ghost. He saw a haunter on the beach. There's a nondescript children's sand shovel, but no children. This must be the scene of the upcoming M. Night Shyamalan movie, Old.
Yeah, it's when you get to beach night that the spooky things come out.
Pookie with a capital Pookie.
Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Beach Night in this speedrun.
But we could.
Unfortunate. But we could.
Would you like to? It's already gotten pretty interesting, Quo. Would you like to make it much more interesting?
Yeah, Eric, do you want to show them all beach night?
Don't do it. Whose life?
I'll think about it. If I come back or not.
Sounds good.
You have to join me though. It's pretty scary.
You know, there are 2 Pikachus on a date there.
Ooh, there are.
The double date.
Good double date.
There's Country Brown
You
again.
paying? Or me?
Yes.
I would take that as a yes.
Yes.
Oh no, wait, I'm paying. I still have to return the favor. I still have a couple of belongings that you gave to me about a year back.
Wait, dude.
I have-
Oh, yeah.
I have a
I
couple
also-
shot glasses.
I've been-
I have some rum shot glasses.
Oh. I have some mail of Quos
Everyone has my stuff.
that I've had since the beginning of the pandemic because it was cheaper to ship it to New York than it was to ship it to Canada. So I have a bunch of Quo's mail.
A bunch of Quo's mail.
Yeah, 2 capture cards.
I
that
have not
got.
opened it.
Oh my gosh.
I think you only got one. I think I got one for me.
Possibly.
That's good.
But
you
there
too.
is, in fact, 2 of them. I also have your monitor here.
All this stuff. We'll get it soon. Soon enough.
I have faith in you.
Alright, as
Quo's
far as
got
we know,
stuff at
this
my
guy.
house, CJ's
Always.
house.
Oh, this dude?
Yeah.
This dude's a real jerk. This is everybody's... What's this guy's name?
Bradley.
Roy. His name is Roy.
Right. Okay.
Roy always
That was
gets in the way.
Credilli.
Cordelia? Maybe. But it's a girl, so I don't know how many girls are named Roy.
Roy Lee.
I'll have to check the gender of my Cordelia. If I remember. We'll call it a cute little name,
You know-
similar to Roy.
Okay, fine. I just call everything Roy.
I mean, he is our boy.
Is our boy?
Roy is our boy. What's the little one's name from Mario Kart? The little Koopaling.
Wendy?
Iggy?
Wendy.
Oh, Wendy, yeah. Like
All right.
that, yeah.
That Cradley is called Wendy.
Name everything after Koopalings, it's fine.
So I'm gonna name all my kids after the Koopaling.
Well, that's a lot of kids you got there.
Well, I figured I wouldn't
like
have
8?
9 children. I figured I would use those names as the pool to draw from,
All right, all right.
2.
pending
As long as you don't have to
pending
go through all of
spousal
them.
approval.
I can't wait for Ludwig von CJ.
Ludwig von CJ. Oh my gosh.
A real virtuoso, little Ludwig is. Anyone got that? I salute you.
I got it.
I mean, I got a Wingle
I
here, but I
appreciate you,
definitely
Amber.
get what you said.
No problem. All right, so Eric is speeding his way through Reef as Quo is now going to the 3rd Illumina spot that we have not yet seen. We've been to the one in Volcarona, which was the ball moth. I think that's what it's called. We all saw Meganium, Megani butt, and now we have the the 4th of 4, but not really, Illumina Pokemon, because Professor Mirror did not do good at basic arithmetic. Differential calculus, yes. Summation, no. And so what you have to do, you can actually do a trick where you zoom in and throw, and that increases the distance of your throw. For the most time save, you want to get these things right off the bat. And essentially, it did it. Cool. So there's a bunch of little fish, but together, apart they are small, but together they become like Voltron, and they become one humongous wishy-washy, which is the Illumina Pokemon 4 of 4, but not really, that we have to take a picture of in this run.
Aim.
I believe in you. Okay, he's such a big boy that you have to throw a bunch of Illumina orbs at him. He's a large fish. And now we're just gonna chill. There's no pretty scenery. It's kind of dank and dark at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. That is the closest facsimile of description that I can offer of where we are in the Lentil region.
You know.
We can go back to Eric, who's wrapping things up on Reef with no Pucky Mucky to speak of.
We did get a Pucky Mucky though.
You got Pucky Mucky?
I did, yeah. I got out of a Pelipepper's mouth.
You're a real mensch, you know that?
Real mensch, is that a good thing? Speedy
Yeah.
boy?
It's a good. Yes, it's a good thing. Yes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You generally have to be a little precise because sometimes you can get the Pelipper instead of the Pucky Mucky falling out of the Pelipepper's mouth. But if Todd gives you the oh nice shot, but we have voiceovers off because it saves a little bit of time. But there he gave it to me because you could see the text on the top of the screen. But that's generally an indicator that you got people with you. Pucky monkey. So.
Thank you.
Can't confuse the people.
The official parlance.
Must have been irking you for a second. What you're saying. That Pucky monkey is gone.
Technically, does that make all the singular Wishy-Washy Illumina Pokemon? No, they are not in their individual form. They are not the Illumina Pokemon. Only when they've fused, they go off screen, they use the Patara earrings, they merge corporeal bodies and become powerful.
Oh my gosh.
They become Vegito in that way. And in that state, they increase their base power. They're greater than the sum of their parts. And they become one massive catch.
They become a school, which is just oddly shaped like a fish.
An
I guess
angry
the
fish.
school.
That is, I don't know, I didn't even know school I ever been to.
No, that's like actually what Wishy-Washy is. It's just a school of fish that are all together that just ironically form another fish.
If I go to your job and tell you how to run your life quo,
I hope not.
there you go.
Yeah, I never went to school, but I went to Wishy-Washy.
Be kind, wishy-washy your hands.
I had to throw a pun in there somewhere.
I very much enjoyed that.
We tried.
I just also need to review how many references we've had to different media. We've had a Guardians of the Galaxy reference. We've had a Red Hot Chili Peppers reference. We've referenced Dragon Ball Z.
That
What
one's
What
really
else have we?
fired.
Yeah, Beethoven. Like, I was not ready for the Vegito one, and I was like, all right, no, I need to count how many references we've managed to squeeze in here.
Oh, there's way more. It's a target-rich environment.
I'm sure there's gonna be more with CJ on the mic. I would put money on it.
You know what? This is just my audition for the big show. This is the big show.
This is the big show.
We all
I made it
big
to the
time.
big time.
You're already
like-
here.
I'm not on the little stage no more.
This is prime time. This is prime time,
You know,
folks.
I started my stand-up career. My first gig was in front of a few people at a family gathering, and I bombed.
Oh
It
no.
was awful. Yeah, and now I'm here. And look at me now.
This is a
A
true
face for
story.
radio. This is a true story. I think me Madre is watching, so I dare not tell a lie while my mom is watching GDQ. I don't know what it is. I'll speedrun till the cows come home. I tell her that I'm like on a broadcast, and then the laptop comes out, man.
Hey, mom's never changed, and
A
that's
very
always a good
supportive
thing.
mom. That's awesome.
Very good thing.
Shout out to Mama CJ, big supporter of the brand. She holds it down for the brand.
Always tunes in.
Always tunes in. I definitely snuck in a few wrestling references in there if you guys are into wrestling.
Oh, I didn't catch them. What were they?
I did not.
Oh, I did like a few. I think I snuck in a Dusty Rhodes promo. It's the
Oh
American
my
Dream,
God.
baby.
Oh my goodness. CJ cannot be stopped.
I do a mean Macho Man Randy Savage.
He's one with the mic.
Oh yeah, this is new Pokemon Snap, and we're going crazy at the Silver Dome. At the end of the month, it's enough to get me to the boiling point. There you go. That's my.
You guys want to
Yes.
to have CJ make some guest appearances? You can call him at, I don't know his number, but he definitely has a Twitter where you can contact for business email. He can make special appearances, do all sorts of voices, stand-up comedy,
I do.
hit him up.
I do bat mitzvahs.
Bar mitzvahs.
Actually, we're about almost an hour and a half into the run. For those who are just joining, do y'all want to reintroduce yourselves? Just talk a little bit about yourselves while we're here.
Okay, Quo's gonna go first because I went first last time.
Heck. I'm Quo. I speedrun this game among other games. I also do a lot of high score stuff for this game. They're explaining story stuff here. That's not important. I like this game. I've put more hours than I'd like to admit. And yeah, this run's going sort of all right. So, you know, I'm having fun. Hope you guys are too.
similar to Quo, I'm very fond of this game. I got introduced to the Snap speedrunning community in late or mid 2019. It's been a blast ever since. DJ and Quo, both of whom I've met at GDQs, talked to online, speedran with. We are very fond of each other. We love this game. It is not an auto-scroller. No more questions about auto-scrollers. It is definitely a very speed-intensive game. Like that man time, very frame perfect. Needed high points in that man time.
And I'm CJ, it's all good. Also known as the Macho Man. You know, it's I'm doing commentary. I do lots of commentary. I did all the commentary for the original, not all the commentary. I did most of the commentary for both the original Pokemon Snap tournaments. I've done commentary for a variety of speedrun marathons. I'm also commentary for hire. I will learn your speed game and do commentary for it. I have done it before. I did it for a thing I did for a bargain bin. I learned Grim Fandango in the morning and did a commentary that night. And I gotta say, I did a lickety-split of a job. Gotta say, big fan. Yeah, so that's the three of us. Just the three of us. We can make it if we try.
The Snap
You also host a podcast, don't you?
Oh, I do host a podcast. I do. I have my own podcast. It's called the Speedrun Insider, where I interview one guest per week. It is an interview-style podcast. We have had some great guests in the last couple of months. We had Deo Man of Spyro fame, Zem, Ratchet and Clank speedrun legend. Outrageous Josh was a guest a while ago. I think I'll tease it, I guess. I think not this week, but next week, I think Gymnast, Legend of Zelda speedrun extraordinaire. He and I sat down and did an episode recently, and I think that's coming out soon. I also am one half of Speed Docs, which makes world record history videos on your favorite games, such as Donkey Kong Country, Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Pokemon Snap, of which we've made 3 videos. So that is my plug. Amber, thank you for reminding me to plug myself. I am too selfless to do it on my own.
It's all good. That's what I'm here for.
CJ, it's all good.
DJ, it's all good.
It's in the name.
You can't get much more laid back than, you know, having the words "it's all good" in your username.
I'm a very intense person. It's a camouflage. It's like how what's that Pokemon? What's that Pokemon that has the bag over its head?
Mimikyu?
Mimikyu.
Oh wait,
Mimikyu.
you mean yeah?
Yeah.
Or it could be like Credilli over on the right, like on
Wendy.
Gunlap screen, just trying to blend in with the seaweed, with the kelp.
I don't think I'm allowed
hit
to
him with
post
an
links,
apple.
but you can find it wherever you find your favorite podcasts. That one, Chelsea. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube. If you look for Speedrun Insider, anywhere you get your favorite podcast, Pandora. So, and I
gonna
promise I
grab
will
that.
stop plugging myself.
It's all good. I'm
you
gonna
stop
keep
it?
doing that. Yep. Let me grab I can grab the Twitter link for your podcast.
Also,
There we
speaking
go.
about Twitter,
So there's that, and then I'll link the 3 of you.
I went the wrong direction with this one, Nani.
hopefully my.
All right, so
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just chime in. Hopefully,
good.
feel free to follow me on Twitter, Gunlap28. Hopefully, recently I'll be posting a 5K Finion on Twitter. I'm currently at 4,999, and I've gotten that 4 times.
That
no
is
joke.
impressive.
No joke. It is a very precise setup. But yeah, I do high score sometimes. I don't do it to the extent that Quo does it. Been kind of getting into it recently. Took a break from speedrunning, as you can see, because I'm 3.5 minutes.
No,
behind my partner
Eric,
over
this
here.
is very close, Eric.
Is it close?
Eric,
Is it?
this is close.
Is it?
I think you guys are only a minute apart.
I don't know, I'm in Volcano. When did you leave Volcano?
Well, we did Volcano at different points.
Quo, you're the worst.
Let me just re-enter Volcano real quick. How about that?
I was like, oh, I just got to Volcano.
Oh, so I must be miles ahead of him because I finished Volcano in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So
You
I
nailed
wait
it.
for the jet stream here as a visual cue, and there it is. Boom. And that will always spawn the Clodser on the next go through. Did anybody mention Frillish? Why we take Frillish?
No.
Frillish counts as a photo of the Illumina orb?
The Crystal Bloom. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You notice in Sand Knight, we take a Crystal Bloom because we need research level 2 and a Crystal Bloom, as well as in Jungle Knight, other stages as well. But here, because Frillish has like this illuminating glow to it, it actually counts as not only a species, points to your photo decks, but it also counts as it replaces the Crystal Bloom. That is actually enough to unlock orbs, which is pretty convenient.
Yeah, because I think all the professor wants is just the Illumina phenomenon. It doesn't have to be a Crystal Bloom. It can be a Pokemon as well. Because I think I recall in Jungle, you can take a picture of the Quagsire that's glowing in Jungle Knight, and it counts over the Crystal Bloom instead.
Yes. Like we said earlier, there are some things that make like little.
My game's bugged out.
Oh, it is.
Did anybody see that? I've been scanning it for a long time.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. It usually gives you an indicator.
Never before seen, folks.
Literally. This is
not only never before seen, but also, yep.
All right.
We actually do have a show called That's Never Happened Before, too.
I assure you that is not supposed to happen because as soon as he breaks it open, you get a notification. I've never seen that happen before.
Who did that to you?
It's really strange.
And then you got bodied by him. All right, maybe that's the secret. Maybe he just wanted you to make physical contact.
No, I was giving
a little
it a
pat on the back for his hard work.
Mad about that.
Eric put him in the armbar.
There it is. You see?
There it is. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It could be the Illumina phenomenon. There's more to this phenomenon. We need to investigate it. I don't know.
The Illumina phenomenon.
Oh wait, Cloud. Okay, goodbye. You're cute and all.
Closer, yeet.
Yeet.
For real.
Still surprised about that. I have no idea what happened. Must have been frame perfect when I threw the orb at him. That's my only guess. I have no idea. Martin, if you're watching, look into it, please.
All right. Well, our combatants are in two different places.
Neither of us are doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the nature of this game. There's stretches where you can't do anything. You can't quit out. We have to specifically get to the end of this path to unlock the next thing. And specifically here, I mean, that's where they both are. It's kind of weird how they synced up. Yeah, so...
We want to talk about the story so far.
Okay, so the story so far is that Mirror's like, yo, kid, come here, take pictures for me, because a meteor hit the Earth, and it made Pokemon big and glowing. And it's like, really? So he said there's only 4, and that there's these readings. There's this old dude from 1,000 years ago
100.
who has a journal. 1,000,000 years ago. He has 1,000,000 years ago journal. We uncover it. It's written on papyrus.
AZ?
And ink from a quill. Yeah. And he's like, yo, I met all these big Pokemon. And it's like, wow, really? Oh, cool. Then they must exist, right? Because the ramblings of an old man and a bit of parchment from a millennia ago.
Yeah,
It was like 100 years ago.
He met the Pokemon in the center of the volcano, and the one, 2 kilometers underwater, 100 years ago.
It's more impressive he didn't get the bends coming back up after being consumed by a wishy-washy. I think that... What's that guy's name? I don't remember. That guy took the story of Jonah and the whale too seriously. That's anyone that gets that one. Yeah, so we're trying to take pictures of all the Illumina Pokemon. Remember, there's only 4. Right? There's only 4. However, there's more than 4.
You know what?
And there's one for every island.
Where does...
And, What?
Where does Todd Snap fit into this whole theory and story? He's got to be an accomplice to this whole thing. Does Todd fit anywhere in this?
Todd is there for the nostalgia that people like us experience. We're like, oh my god, it's Pog Snap. It's, you know.
It's
He captures
Pog Snap.
It came out
Pog Snap.
because I saw Hulk Hogan and I started doing a Hulk Hogan voice, and I'm like, I have to abort. And then I said Pog anyway. Pog Snap. And yeah, Todd, by the way, has a real camera. The worst part about Todd is he brings Phil. Phil is super annoying. Phil is like, the whole game, he's like, you always get the best shot. It's not fair.
Smack dab in the middle.
I'm gonna surpass you. It's like, you don't even own a camera.
Yeah, and he gasses you up a lot because a lot of the times it's smack dab in the middle. It's actually not. So he really does not want us to get good photos here. He's jealous of the good photos we get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's like, well, you didn't take my advice and you surpassed us. All right, here's Wendy the Cradley, who is like, oh, am I in your way? I'm sorry, I have little legs.
Wendy.
Trying her best.
Wendy, here, this will speed you up. Oh, that actually stopped me. Darn it.
Yes,
That's
it does. Who knew pecking fruit at animals stops them?
I knew it would stop
Alright,
greatly, but I didn't know it was
entering-
gonna stop me. But well, 2-second time lost. It's okay.
Poe now entering Volcano to go to the Illumina spot,
Oh.
which we already know is a Volmoth. Don't they say in the game that he only found 2 of them to believe there to be 4? Yes. But the professor, like, it's the nature of science. It's the scientific method, right? To get things wrong and learn from your mistakes. But Mirror doesn't get anything. And then at the... Well, we'll get to the end. But when we get to the end, it'll be like, wow, this story really has a satisfying and conclusive ending, which leaves no doubt about what this story was about.
Yeah. Also, just to be clear, Mirror thought that the meteor landing caused the Illumina phenomenon, but all the other researchers think that the Illumina Pokemon were there to stop the meteor. That'll come back later.
Yeah.
So there's this theory that's established, and Mirror thinks that it's something else. We'll get back to that.
We will. There's also all these ruins, and it's like, whoa, ancient humans built ruins.
In the middle of a volcano.
There's something older than Pokemon or Professor Oak, Dr. Akito. Would have known. Man is ageless.
So while Crow is taking on the Volmoths and the volcano, Eric will be trying his hand at Wishy-Washy.
Yes, and I gotta be
Who will win the battle of water and fire?
probably fire.
Everything was okay until the Fire Nation attacked.
Water, usually. Water beats fire.
Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah. You kind of want to get these Wishy-Washy really quickly. You need the first 4, and you can take your time with it, but when Wishy-Washy comes along after the whole school of fish transform or use the Patara earrings to gain their ultimate power, you could get bonked by it, and the bonk is like a 15-second animation. So that seemed pretty quick. So yeah, basically like the time save comes from if you just hit them really quickly, your cart won't stop. Basically. So, here's the big boy. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito,
big boy.
Gotenks. All the other names you could think of. Probably Piccolo's in there. I don't know. Definitely a green, definitely a green Wishy-Washy, like green Typhlosion.
What was the green guy's name from the Otherworld tournament arc?
Oh,
Pycon?
Pycon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very underappreciated character, to be honest.
Pycon was a cool character.
Yeah.
He wasn't canon until the Boo Saga, right? Because that Otherworld tournament arc isn't canon.
I
Game was
think
filled.
that's correct.
And then they wrote it back in. I was like, that's cool.
Okay, so I was
I mean, I think he's
late because he came around and bonked me, but that's okay. Just want to point that out. bonkers.
Shout out to Bonkers. Anyone watch that show?
I played the Sega Genesis game a lot as a kid.
Oh, we had that too.
Like, I was a Sega kid. I grew up on both Sega and Nintendo, but I definitely leaned Sega a lot more, which is probably why I'm a Sonic runner.
There you go.
Mm.
I have no memories of my childhood.
Come on,
we
you can't
had
be that
Genesis, but no.
I have no memories of this place.
I have no memories of this place. I am Gandalf, and Gandalf means me.
Forbidden memories.
Shout out to Sable Dragon Rook who sent me that meme today. All right, so the intense gameplay, red versus blue. You ever wonder why we're here?
I think red won. Damn.
I was always a blue version person, but I started with yellow, I think.
Yo, same actually.
I started with yellow. I was making a reference to the very popular Machinima series Red versus Blue.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Trainer Red versus Trainer Blue. So I was like, that's
Oh,
dumb.
you guys never watched Rooster Teeth? No.
I watched Machinima before. Isn't it like a YouTube channel?
Well, there's Big Machinima with a big M. That was the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Machinima with a little m is an art form of using video games to create narrative stories.
Okay, I only saw the one with the big M. The content creators that mostly posted video games.
I like the mystery that people are bringing up. The fact that, like, someone said, I'm more impressed some ancient civilization built ruins on the seabed and in a volcano.
So to be fair, they could have sunk to the seabed. Like, they weren't necessarily built there. But yeah, no, I don't have an explanation for the volcano.
Neither do I.
I'm trying to
It's
think.
okay, as long as they didn't build it on like an unexplored, unknown island or something.
Here it is, right? The volcano formed after they built the ruins.
Ah,
There you go. Tectonic plate shift. Not a lot of people know that. They have been uploading the entire seasons, and I recommend everybody watch them because season 1 through 8 is really, really good. 9 and 10 is good. And then 11 through 13 is just okay. Then don't watch after that.
These school of fish. We don't want them to merge. In my first run, Bo was desperately trying to warn me, don't hit the fish. And I hit the fish. And if you hit the fish,
he
you
was
waste
hitting
like
the
a whole
fish.
minute. Yeah.
All right. So the players are neck and neck. It was absolutely Pokemon labor. Yes, I love to imagine that they had they hooked the Mantines up to like ropes and had them pull big blocks,
The Stantler saddle.
like dogs pulling a sleigh. Stantler, yeah. Giraffe rig.
Muddiana with a canine unit. You know, protect the services from like the rulers, I guess, of the civilization.
You know the type, loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight.
Ooh, let the dogs out. All right.
I'm sneaking them in now. Amber was like, "Oh, there's so many references." Now I'm just dialing it up to 11 for the.
And the only thing I remember about I think it was one of the Rugrats movies was the like constant cross promotion with "Who Let the Dogs Out," the song, like the music video. I think.
That
Maybe
was wasn't the first one
I think it was.
because they play the "Who Let the Dogs Out" when the kids are in the Reptar wagon, right?
Yeah, I think that was the one with like when Dill was born.
Yeah. No, it was the second one because it was in Paris because Spike met the French dog. And there's that whole chase sequence through Paris.
Oh,
you go.
that's the spawn of that. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. The first one was that sequence is like one way or another, right? In the first
Oh,
movie.
okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we're getting deep into the Rugrats lore. That was the dude, by the way, the guy who's like 100 years ago went to this middle of this volcano.
Just moseyed on down there.
Yeah.
Someone has a very important question saying, does speedrunning this game mean Deerling and Sauce Bucket's Papa will never be reunited?
Correct.
Yeah. But we do get to peg this bird with an apple.
You know, you win some, you
The
lose
important
some.
things. You take the good, you take the bad, take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Two birds with one stone, only one bird with a singular stone. A very light stone. A fluffy stone. Doesn't look so fluffy.
They should all be Yoshis. Yoshi best horse confirmed.
Yoshi is indeed the best horse.
Mario rides him like a horse. Horses lay eggs.
And we treat him like the worst. Why does he always get sacrificed? You ever see like those
Peter would
Kaizo
like to have a
levels?
word with you, Eric.
Where like
Yeah.
you just gotta hop on the Yoshi constantly. There's like 20 Yoshis in there. And just one after another. Murder, murder. Poor Yoshi. Oh wait. I hope orbing the Kecleon doesn't do anything.
It activates him, but not other than that.
I really hope I don't go to okay. Okay.
Oh no, you always get the same seasons the first pass through Forest. Forest is cool
yes.
because there are different seasons, but in level 1, it's pretty much always set that we'll always get summer the first time around. There's no randomness.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So like the thing is with this game, there's a lot of weird things where like RNG is kind of set when you enter a level from the lab or like from the main menu. And when you practice this game, sometimes you get different RNG. Like for example, I went to research level 1 in this stage just after retrying within this stage, and I actually got spring instead of summer.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things, like it's useful in high score because some seeds in the loop that are more favorable for certain scores. But yeah, RNG is a bit weird in this game. A little bit weird.
We piss off this guy by throwing apples at him, and then he chases after us. And then we go fast. It's great.
Speed tech. That's what I like about New Snap.
It's not on
Development
the
text.
Speaking of speed tech, someone actually is asking once again, like, because we've been on for a little while and people are joining, coming in and out. People are asking, how do you speed run a rail shooter? If we just want to like kind of review, like how you do approach the speed run for this game.
Sure. Well, the big thing is optimization, right? Anybody, it's in the greatest way that this game can be picked up by anybody. It's hard to get down the time, right? So you have to take fewer and fewer photos, and you have to get better pictures of each Pokemon. Every picture you take and every photo that Mirror submits wastes time. There's little things like that. Also, looking to the sides and looking backwards will lose you time. So you want to always be going in the same direction. It is an on-rail shooter. You do have minimal control of the cart like we did in the first game. So you can drift side to side, like Quo drifted to the right earlier to avoid getting bodied by the clawfish.
Boxer.
The Clawwitzer, yep, came back to me. And so a lot of it is points, pictures, optimization, and knowing how to get the most points. And then it's about executing. It sounds easy to just take the best pictures in real time while you're going on this on-rail thing and always get the best score. It sounds easy. It's easy in the sense that it's easily picked up, right? There's a very low barrier to entry. It's really hard to do it well, though, because it's hard to do it in real time. You know, if you want to try, pick it up. You can find the guides and the speedrun notes, and just try and get all the top pictures, and you're gonna find that you're gonna come in way under. Going back into levels wastes a lot of time, so you got to get through the levels every single time on the first try, unless there's some planned routing thing where we just come up short, you know. And then you have to know your backups. How do you get points if you're behind, you know? Okay, so you don't do it, how do you get back in the game once you're behind? Eric found himself behind, and he had to, you know, have the game knowledge to get back in it to now make it a competitive race, and he has. So it's a lot of knowing how the game interacts, making sure that you're looking forward, knowing which pictures to take, knowing what pictures will lose you the most time to take, and knowing how to get the most points out of every level. And the new Pokemon Snap people that came through to work on all that, Dante Lloyd, Pone Noob, Martin, Alfindial, all those people that have been in chat the whole time, they really worked hard. I know I'm forgetting some people, and I apologize. Your names escape me at the top at the moment.
Did a tiny bit of it myself. A little bit wrong.
I mean, we all contributed, right? Yeah. All I did was make the splits and did runs. That's all I did in the beginning. So a lot of people put a lot of time into this to figure out what the best pictures are to take. And you know how we keep saying there's only 4 islands? There's actually 6, and you do get an engine, which does make you go a lot faster. Also, the 5th of our 4 Illumina Pokemon is Milotic. And here's little Milotic. Fun fact about those Fluff Fruit. On every other level, they interact with the water by first being on the water and then sinking to the bottom after a little bit. On this stage, they interact by going straight through the water because the goal is to bonk Milotic. And just like that, Bo doesn't have to take another picture of Milotic.
Yeah, luckily this one's a bit shorter. Yeah, it's shorter.
Yeah, wishy-washy
The last two were
Voltron are
pretty
very, very long. They're very long.
Yeah. A good rule of thumb is you want to be done with Milotic before the 2-hour mark for a pretty decent time, and I think both of our racers are going to meet that mark.
Fully.
So, really competitive race. I forgot IB. I apologize, IB. I know I said I was going to forget people, and I did. I literally said, I'm sorry if I forget you. But IB was there too. IB had the record at one point.
Thank you to the community. You guys
approved
know
all of your runs. Yes. I approved all of your runs. Your names escape me. I retimed them all. I saved you precious seconds. I timed it to the millisecond. Anyway, any Hoosers.
You're entering the Milotic stage. I believe, Quo's in there too. Just checking the stream, yes.
Yeah, I just passed the Crystal Bloom. You know where that is?
I do. I'm gonna be trying like something a little risky here. I'm just gonna try to do Milotic without looking backwards. Very small optimization. I made a video about it in the Discord, but yeah, he's swimming around you, so you tend to look backwards a lot and side to side. Maybe it saves a second, maybe it doesn't save any time, but I would say it looks a little cool, so I'll try to do it.
Yeah, the end timing on this is really hard to time when you're using live split, because it ends on the first frame that the A button is no longer there on the last text box, which is when the mashing ends. So everybody's times are always off by a second, but it's not a big deal. We have a tool that we use from the Mario Kart 8 community that they made for timing the runs that they have, and we borrow that and we use that for Snap, and it's a really helpful tool. It's a really great moderation tool. Otherwise, retiming these things would take a long. All right, and just like that, Quo is almost done with Milotic. He's about to exit the stage. So, neck and neck, these two. A critical mistake by Quo would see it beat anyone's game.
Trying to avoid those, you know?
Meanwhile, Ko's out here like, pause the game real quick. I just need you to test one thing, Eric.
You gotta show the viewers.
Yeah,
They want to see Beach
It's
Night.
cool.
Come on, Eric.
they do want to see
Right there.
Beach Night.
Let's
It's
go.
a good donation incentive for we did that at NASA.
Hit him, did I hit him? Did I hit him?
That's
that
pretty
was
crazy.
Pokédex just- Was it?
Yeah, the Pokédex entries was pretty hopping. Glalie, the skull face Pokemon. Was pretty hot. Maybe it had to be there. But yeah, so Quo has taken the 5th of the 4 Illumina Pokemon, and now the most amazing thing is gonna happen. We're gonna discover a forgotten island. We're gonna find an entire landmass hitherto undreamt of and outside the comprehension of our fearless leader, Professor Mirror. Is Milotic bullying you, Eric?
A little bit. We're working on it.
You okay?
After all the times you've bullied Pokemon with fluff fruit, it's bullying back.
It is. It is. It is. It is. There you go.
If anyone ever tells you that you're a Phoebus and not a Milotic, that's how you know that's not a real friend.
All right, so right here,
It is.
we're gonna see the never before explored island, which is hidden away, and also twice the size of all the other islands.
It's twice the size of all the other islands, and you can see it from the volcano. And he has a topographical map of it. Like, we didn't know this continent was here. What do you mean, bro?
And like with the power to teleport to like different islands, like he chooses like a very rundown, deserted like camp for his research facility. Like nothing elevated to see like, you know, newfound life, newfound land.
Yeah. Like, awful. Truly awful that we just are. Oh, there it is. Look at that thing. It's all of the other islands combined. It's like when you look at Alaska to scale, it like covers most of continental US. Like, right? So here we go. This island that no one was here. Oh, turns out there's another Illumina Pokemon. So that would mean that we've taken 5 of 6.
Live look at Canada right here.
On a more positive note, we did unlock the dash engine, which makes us go slightly faster, so we can actually move faster than the crawling speed we were at before. It's toggleable with the right button, so we can go slower if we need to. But again, for the most part, for the rest of the game, we'll be dashing as much as possible, unless we need to either avoid bonking into something or take specific shots.
Shout out to Grace. Thank you, Grace. Happy to see you. I am reading chat. I am here for you. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah.
So y'all were talking about this like wrong warp that happens in the region that Quo's in, right?
Yeah. So I think it's on night.
I think it's day, but it has to be day 2 or 3.
Yeah, I
Although
saw
it
it on
could
the.
very well happen on night. I'm not actually too sure.
So I think was it Levon that got it first?
Yeah.
It was.
So another runner named Levon, former world record holder in the original game. And he ran this for a little while. He was one of the very early high score people. He was obsessed with the high score stuff. Essentially, there's an alternate path right on the beginning. And I don't know the specifics of how you get it to trigger, but if you take the alternate path and you like go through the snow, it just sends you to the end of the level. And its only application would be if we did a run where you had to get to like every research level and complete the level, because that would be the only way that you could get. You could like exit and never.
No, I
level
tested that,
early.
and you actually can't.
Oh,
good,
really?
All right. Like it doesn't count as exiting the level, sort of thing. So you would still need to do the entire level.
Yeah, because if there's like a ruins, let's say if there's a ruins we had to see that we can only see in research level 2, then yeah, it wouldn't count because you don't go to the end of the level.
But yeah, no one knows how to reproduce that.
Like I've seen a clip of actually he was here in chat earlier, Argic, the person I named the pro tag in Snap earlier after. he was doing his casual playthrough just trying to find all the Pokemon and for the Photodex, and he ended up getting like that. He went out of bounds and ended up just teleported out of the level. Next thing he knew, he was looking at Professor Mirror, and he was just like, did I break the video game?
Yeah, it I don't know what practical application it would have for the speedrun. It's cool that it exists. If we found it in other places, it would be cool.
Yeah. But this is a very, very new speedrun for all intents and purposes. So who knows? Maybe something else will be found in another stage where it behaves similarly.
Yeah, absolutely. There's like one thing I don't like about this little crevice that Eric just ran over. At night, you have to get the Illumina orb there, and it's awful.
A little bit awful, yeah.
I remember that being pretty awful.
They did not make this fun. I think that you guys are seeing the Pokemon that are being taken. Every Pokemon and every photo and every pose that we get has been meticulously planned and tested and decided which Pokemon we should get and routed into the current route. It's changing every day. I think, as Noob said earlier.
Yeah, it was changing every day
And,
for a pretty good while, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing, and I think sub 230 is really real. You know, I think that we'll get like a 229, and then I don't know. We'll see where the attention of the community goes. All pokes is an interesting category where we have to get all 214 Pokemon.
Yeah, it's sort of similar to the 100% of OG Snap.
Yeah, we couldn't define 100% because there's all these titles and extra things. It's like how do you define it? So we called it all pokes, all Pokemon, and I think Noob has the record in that.
Yeah, he was kind of pitching for that category to come to pass, and I guess you and the other mods approved it. I might give it a try. Definitely got to give it a try eventually.
Yeah. The other cool thing is, like, if you think of a cool category and you make rules for it, and you get other people to run it, there's a pretty good chance it might end up on the board. And we're looking for new ideas and new ways to play. So it's a really open environment right now, and really open to creativity, which is really cool. You know, it's a big sandbox for a bunch of people who, for a really long time, had nothing to do. You know, Old Snap was very much what Old Snap was. It was a game at the end of its speed life. You know?
Yeah, it was coming down to frames at that point.
Yeah, Eric got a world record, and it was by frames.
My goodness.
I think it was by
yeah.
3 frames, yeah. From the last world record.
It's not, and we can't task because we don't have good task tools, so it's not ever gonna hit the heights of, like, you know, maybe like a Super Mario Bros, but it's pretty much reached the end of the line. Like, it might go a little further, but it's really, all the magic is out of that old Silk Hat.
To be honest,
The best Pokemon in the game is Jinx, which quote Scott. But Eric?
I was gonna say, to be honest, the game maybe has like 8 more seconds to save at max, like the old Snap.
And that's flawless.
Yeah.
That's you playing flawless.
Pretty much. Like, that's even with very good RNG.
And there's like 4 or 5 people ever in the world that could probably do that. And 2 of them, you're looking at 2 of them right now.
Yeah, because no matter what, you always lose like 5 seconds at the end stage because of RNG. You use like a random cycle. Okay, gotta get that barking Mightyena. It gives you a 3-star photo. Almost got it.
That's Eric's Mardiana.
Yeah, I bonked into it, but actually doesn't lose that much time, which is pretty cool.
That's the joke, by the way, if you've heard me say, oh, that's Quo's Cradily, or that's Eric's Mardiana. There's a Pokemon later on named after me, and Quo will point it out when we get there.
He will.
There's like 3
Because
They're still the same Pokemon.
it's a pack, okay? It's a pack. The plural of Houndoom isn't Houndooms. It's Houndoom.
He has a pretty solid point there.
Low percent is essentially any percent. Like, it would basically be like a more like how few pictures can you take, you know?
Started the goal, basically.
Yeah. But I think the idea of like a leaderboard dedicated to like pick count would be cool. You know, but I mean, it's already the goal to do that.
I just know I'm very interested in seeing how this run evolves over like the same amount of time that the old Snap has been around. Like, see where the community takes it.
Yeah, for the most part, top level, you can play pretty close within your sum of best. I would say right now, to be honest, I've had runs where like very serious like world record based attempts where, oh, I forgot Braviary. Well, basically like you can play really close within your sum of best, just because of like the nature of the game, but you also have to play fast, right? It's not, you're not gonna have handouts with most of the levels, right? There's a lot of strats you gotta nail down.
CJ, did you catch how many points I was missing?
Uh-oh.
3,217.
I will take 2 pictures.
Luckily, I have the Discord call up, little peer behind the curtain, and I have the stream up for chat. So I looked over at that stream, and that's how much to. Gosh bless.
Here we thought
Fun
you would
day.
have a difficult time commentating Volcano and Reef at the same time.
Shout out to Hyundai. I work for Hyundai. The all-new 2022 Hyundai Venue. Never buy it, please.
So I was reading
Does not drive well in the snow. Spaghettios? That should be enough.
No, so I was supposed to take a 1-star pip up, which I did. But I also took a 2-star first, but I ended up just needing the Mariana, so that was fine. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Have the points.
Plural of moose is beast? What? Houndoomers? Houndy?
Houndeem.
Hounds do? I don't think any of you are
Danger.
correct. That's a Ralph Wiggum line. I'm in danger.
In danger? That's impossible. I'm
Me
stepping.
fail English? That's impossible. Don't make me whip out the Simpsons jokes. I can drop a rhyme anytime.
We'll need more than half an hour left of this estimate.
Have pretty deep pockets for those Simpsons references.
And I wore an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time.
And he says Houndies.
Hound-
Well, we're gonna
No,
go
we
with
don't say
Houndies now.
Houndies. No, that's a setup to a worse joke.
Houndies?
Hound donut. Alright, hang on. I have to post in there. CJ, it's a donut. Alright, we're in cave. Cave is neat.
Ooh, that was a Delibird.
That was a Delibird?
Oh, no Delibirds here. I took a 2-star photo of Piplup. I already had a 2-star photo, so I need something else here.
There is a Noibat that you can snipe on your second time through, right?
Oh, Braviary.
I missed
Oh
the
no, your
mark.
first time.
Alright, we're going for the bear tip.
It's got an impromptu Braviary. I forgot he spawned there.
Oops. I'm throwing it. Alright, I'll just get a saber
That
life.
was a 3-star photo. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Well, I meant to be a 1-star Mariano, not a 3-star. And I need the different star for the research points. Yeah, I think I can
That's one of the newer episodes of The Simpsons. I think it was like season 28, where he plays Peaky Man.
Newer.
Peaky Man, get? That's a different kind of game, Peaky Man.
The Japanese text
Miki Miki?
is slightly faster, but it's actually not the Japanese version we're playing on. You can just set the text to whatever you want at the start of the game. so I think we're both playing on the North American version.
Likewise, they also turn off the voiceover, because otherwise he like talks. That's annoying.
Probably didn't need
The whole
Bear
dude.
I hope I had enough there. My math certainly right in my head. On my mental math, I have enough. I don't buy 3
Your decision was calculated, but you're bad at math.
I'm pretty good at mental math.
It's okay, Eric, you got this.
Oh man, the
All right,
Hound
let's
Doom.
see if the safety bear took.
2,000 points.
Shy guy, Sableye.
I did miss Magic Trap though, which I normally take, because I can't hit the bloom because I'm bad at aiming apparently.
So I was reading something in.
That was really good.
There we go. Eric crossed the finish, crossed the hurdle.
Finally,
He's on his way to cave.
third re-entry, but people were
You're
right.
okay, buddy.
A flock of Hound Doom is. I'm in danger. I was in danger.
It's a flock of a mighty Anna.
Like a Mightyena, yes.
All right.
Flying a
I
Mightyena.
did not need the Bear Tick.
But we agreed
But
on that.
Donkadoof, that's right, that's what we called it. Shout out to Trace Atkins. I will not sing that on GDQ. All right, and now is Code done with Cave? No.
We're going back.
Going back in.
Run it back!
Yeah, Cave 2 is a lot like Volcano and Underwater, where we just need to get to the end of the alternate path in level 2. So we're gonna go ahead and hold the dash engine this time and do that. And check twitter.com.
Check twitter.com. Yeah, perfect downtime. If you have a clamp, you can go on a bathroom break.
run.
Actually, a strat my brother
is
used.
the-
Just held down a clamp
Oh yeah?
on his N64
Tool
controller.
assisted speedrun.
Technically, so yeah. It was actually a funny meme debate about that.
I used to run Mario Party 3, which was like when I first started, it was a 6-hour speedrun. So anyone ever asks how you speedrun new Pokemon Snap, I'll point them in the direction of I ran Mario Party. And
I've actually wanted to run Mario Party 1 minigame island at one point.
That's a cool
the
one.
minigame islands and the minigame coaster, really
Yeah.
good. Really good speedruns.
Mario
Poe's
Party
done a few
3
of those.
story mode, on the other hand.
Yeah, that was my first, second, and third mistake, because that's where I started. There was one point where I really had to, like, my apartment's small. I had to run to the facilities, and I had to wait for this one specific minigame where I could intentionally fail and the CPUs would take forever to finish. And that is the beat goes on.
Oh god.
So I had to wait for the beat goes on. It took 3 hours. 3 hours to get that minigame. And then after I was able to... whatever. I came back and then I got it twice more in that board. So, to add insult to injury.
The beat goes on takes for literal ever,
It
especially if
does.
you're on super hard.
That's the one where you add an input every turn.
Yeah.
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 That one brings back memories as a kid. I'm trying to remember that.
I'm actually genuinely curious if it's gonna be in Super
Mario
Mario's
Party
Mario
Superstars?
Party. Yeah, Superstars.
I really hope it's a classic.
I'm so hyped for that game.
Same.
I was at work watching it and I squeed.
I was like, I had just woke up, was catching, like I'd missed the direct, so I was catching up on it, and my partner was attempting to nap next to me, and I was just like trying to contain all of my excitement when I saw it, the new WarioWare. There were a few other things I was like, oh my god. But
Oh my goodness.
he did not sleep through me watching that direct.
I have one other person that's in my office with me, and she was like, "What in tarnation?" She is very monotone and very serious. And so I was like, I'm sorry. I'm her manager, and I'm like, I'm sorry I disturbed you. I got too excited. All right, so are you at the Steelix spot? Yeah, so now we're taking the 6th of 4 Illumina Pokemon.
An improper fraction. Don't ask us why.
Yes. And because Mirror's bad at math. And so yeah, you just go through the end here. I think it's easiest to take the photo of him at the end. Most people find it easier to take the photo of him right here. The Illumina Pokemon only count if they are glowing the streamery things on them.
Yeah.
But getting them in general is a little difficult. But
Found that out the hard way. How I did a run, and I was like, do I need them to be glowing? Probably not. I'll be fine. And then I go to the mirror check, and a giant green dinosaur doesn't count as anything. I was really disappointed.
Giant green dinosaur that already has glowing particles on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It already has like a little bit of a stream on it. But no, it has to be extra glowing. Extra glowing. Like, whatever. End of the day, I learned, right?
Like that's what like really like, I guess sauced my apples is what I'm gonna use when I found out that like
Full sauce.
you like you needed like the glow, like you needed to hit them with an Illumina orb. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, no, they're already glowing. What are you talking about? How is that not the Illumina phenomenon?
wasn't there a green dinosaur in Barney?
Baby Bop.
Baby Bop.
Oh, that thing.
That
Anyway,
thing.
so like I said, it's easiest to get a picture of Steelix. I find it anyway because he always pokes his head out right at the end. And then at the end, the professor's like, "Oh, there's ruins ahead of you. Do you mind going and take a look?" And then it starts this whole cutscene where, oh look, that's the logo that's at the end of every course that lets us teleport.
And on our pin
What?
and at the research camp.
And on like Phil's forehead. And then we have this mural. Wait a minute. The meteors are hitting the Earth, but the Pokemon are already there. That means it didn't cause them to get big and glowing. They were big and glowing already.
Which
And then,
everyone
wait a
already
minute.
knew.
Which everyone already knew except Mirror. But wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Wait a minute, there's one missing. The 7 there's also 2 Volcarona, or there's all 2 Volmoths that are not depicted, but whatever. You know, Volmoths need pairs, they get lonely. There's another Pokemon that's missing. That the professor is like, oh, there's one missing. I was wrong, there's not 4. There's 7. Oh. Well, my theory still stands. So come on back to the lab and we'll figure it out.
Also, keep in mind that this, 20 minutes ago was an undiscovered island that has ruins in it.
But apparently everyone on this island knew about everything else.
That or, I don't know, Professor Mirror just didn't play Pokemon X and didn't know Xerneas existed.
You keep ruining the joke. You keep telling people the end.
I knew you were going to say something about that. I had to do it. I
was like,
I knew you were going to be like, wait, that does not go with the running theory I'm currently trying to say here.
Good Steelix picture. I actually almost missed that. That would have been really tragic.
CC did miss it once.
Jeez.
It was really tragic. Beep, beep, bop, doo, 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 doo.
I missed
Alright,
it.
so,
What?
Oh, before. Not now.
No, he did.
Didn't mean to start.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said you
You
missed
just-
him. I'm like, oh, jeez.
I missed him one time.
Stop it already. He's already dead. All right, so
I'm very much alone.
you're staying alive.
Staying alive.
You can tell from the way that he walks that he's a ladies' man. No time to talk.
Around since he was born.
All right, and now he's all streamery, and there you go. Now Eric gets to look at the cutscene. Phil and the other girl is at least nice, but Phil is awful. Phil's just like, right, I'm gonna take photos of the Pokemon. And it's like, who let you out of your hole? Like, go back. Like, you don't do anything. Like, he's just like, I live here now. The professor's like, oh, what? And he's like, yeah, I live here now. That's how I got my job with Todd. I just told him that I'm his apprentice. And Todd's too nice to tell me to leave.
I believe that. If you go in the photo decks, there's like descriptions for Pokemon. The one from Meowth says that he just showed up one day. He's not anyone's Meowth. He's just chilling at the lab. So I believe that.
So now we're on the final island. This one is unique compared to all of the other islands. This island, you do not need to do anything except get a picture of the Illumina Orb, get the Illumina Orb, and get the puzzle. You don't need research level 2 to complete the game. Quo, you can now explain the lore of this island.
What's the lore of this island?
And my relationship with the...
Oh yeah, so this Pokemon is Houndoom. CJ has a natural talent for getting stopped by every single Houndoom on this course. It's actually impressive. Like, very much so. Like, I will tell him at the start of the level, don't run into Houndoom. Just like go over the dash engine button for like 2 seconds and you'll be fine. It's like, okay. And 3 seconds later, he's like, damn it.
It's like me, very stubborn and trying to be optimal.
And so Quo goes, did you get owned by the dog? I got owned by the dog. The dog bodied me.
Oh, I got owned by Golurk.
I thought it's the other way around.
That's
You're supposed to be
Quo's
owning a
Golurk.
dog and not the dog owning you.
Yeah, no. It's a real man-eat-dog world out there.
Very particular situation you're in.
So, yeah, these are CJ's Houndoom. There are many like them, but these are mine. And, you know, I think they're good boys. The goodest boys. Unfortunately, they just, you know, get in my way every time because they love me. So that's this level. I mean, this is the ruins. We only need a picture of the Crystal Bloom. If it were not for the fact that you had to complete the level before you could quit, we would have just quit. But we can't, so we just speed through with the dash engine, go back, submit a Crystal Bloom, and then we're gonna get the Illumina Orb. The aluminum orb, as people were calling it. Yeah. If you had a solid ball of aluminum, that's a lot of aluminum.
It's a lot of food.
Okay. All right. So the professor's gonna be like, "Wowie zowie, you got an Illumina orb. You're so cool, man.
I can use this one.
Zoinks!" And then he's gonna reward you by giving you the Illumina orb. Now, you have to just do this little bit of puzzle. Did that Steelix not count? Eric?
I was about to ask the same question.
Just taking a little stroll through here. So what happened was I intentionally just went to Professor Mir and I didn't submit a photo. I actually deliberately pressed plus and I menued up. I didn't even bother submitting Steelix. And I took 3 pictures of Steelix. Reason being was because I was just joking around and taking pictures of the mural that, you know, Professor Mir discovers there's 7 Illumina Pokemon, and I was like, okay, I don't need to take these photos, so let me just not submit them. And then I was like, wait, I gotta submit 1 photo. So, have your notes open, guys.
All right. Well, you know, it's okay.
At least I can.
But now, because you've already completed it, you can just take a picture and quit.
Yeah, I don't want to see the whole mural again.
He does not have to look at that mural, and he never will.
I already know there's 4 Illumina Pokemon.
You thought you just snap pictures in this game. How do you speedrun it?
It's like going fast.
By going fast, looking forward, taking as few highest point picks as possible, not making any mistakes, not entering levels twice, and submitting the highest value photos that you can. Yep, you got owned by the dog.
Yeah.
And yeah, and not looking behind you. That is the TLDR of how you speedrun this game. It is harder than it looks.
So there's a mini puzzle in Ruins 2 where you need to light 5 crystal blues, and we're gonna go do that. But more importantly, there's a goal lurk all the way up here, so you can actually hit early and out of the way. So we got that. That's really good. And then the rest are pretty easy.
You scared me the last time I watched you do this. You totally forgot to do that last one until the end.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do that. That's just faster to do it that way.
It's also terrifying.
Yeah, but you know, live on the edge.
Yeah, Ruins is a very movement heavy
glory.
stage. You can definitely reduce a lot of camera locking because camera locking reduces your speed. I guess, you know, to further clarify how you speedrun a game that's you just take pictures of Pokemon. Camera locking in this game does slow you down, so you want to minimize that. But Ruins, there's a lot of optimization to be done, especially in the second go through, because you can't avoid all the Houndooms without slowing down. If you do like excessive drifting.
Shout out to Tasselfoot, the goose god himself.
Goose God.
Eric also speedruns Goose.
I do. I have a respectable time in that
Andy
game.
does too. Andy was here.
Andy does. She taught me
You
the
do?
game.
You are a speedrunner extraordinaire, Eric.
From Mario, Italian Plumbers, to Todd Snap and his lovely accomplice Phil, to even the geese.
Bill is the worst.
Even the geese. They are all...
Does the camera have a zoom? The camera does have a zoom. Zooming in slows everything down. It's as slow as looking behind you. So whenever possible, we don't zoom.
Yeah, so, I mentioned camera locking, and that's basically what zooming is. I guess it's not really camera locking in this game because it doesn't have the same applications, but yeah, we just call this zooming in. We love Goose. Goose is a good game. So is this game.
Goose is bae.
If you guys want to speedrun it, join the Discord. You can find it on speedrun.com/ is it new Pokemon Snap? New Pokemon _Snap?
Yeah, I have the command for it.
One of the two.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Moobot just posted it. It's Pokemon. It's speedrun.com / new _Pokemon _Snap.
Okay, I knew there was
So-
an underscore in there or two.
The people that really work on that game, they really work on it. They're always in the lab. They're always looking for new stuff. So, and it's a great place, honestly, to get all the information. All right, and now Quo gets to go to the final Illumina spot, number 7 of 4, because there's only 4 Illumina spot Pokemon in this game. Gets to go to number 7, which the first time that I played this game, I am not ashamed to say, oh my god, it's Sudowoodo. You tell me that if you walked up to a tree in a cave,
Sudowoodo's already in the game though. We see him.
but not for me.
To be fair, I know you haven't played past like Gen 3. I knew that the theme of this was like lights of different colors and stuff, so I saw that tree and I was like, oh, that's Xerneas.
I'm like, what tree Pokemon do I know? Sudowoodo. Man, it messed me up for life when I found out that he was a rock type. Anyway.
Why not
So-
Tropius? he's a banana tree.
True.
He's a banana tree dinosaur.
And Gen 3.
That flies.
Yeah, just a cooler Meganium.
But Tropius doesn't look like a tree.
He's a tree. He's literally a tree.
He looks like a tree dinosaur. That Sudowoodo looks like a tree. Okay, anyway, it's Xerneas, okay? You happy? It's Xerneas. So, the original had Mew, we have Xerneas. You gotta hit I swear, when we all saw this for the first time, I swear, we all had the same reaction, like, not again. Not again, we have to do this again. Why did they bring this back? This is awful. So there's one place that's really easy to get him to go, to get Xerneas to go. It's in this little pond. For new players, it's the trickiest spot, but if you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy.
It can be pretty tricky.
It can be I never did it casually. It's only after I practiced it that I figured out that's one of the most consistent spots. There also are little areas where, like, if you're not careful and you go into the next area, he will just, like, warp out to the next one. Quo got his photo, so he's going to zoom to the end.
All right. Sniping goal lurk there. Quo did that about 6 minutes ago. The comeback is on. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
You can catch up. What if these Xerneas pictures didn't count?
I'll just have to forget what he's gonna say to you. That's all.
Phil is gonna jump in and ruin everything, like he normally does.
Smack that.
So then, our love brought Xerneas back to life for one quick lap around this weird tree cave. And now he's all of the life is out of him, and he's gonna revert back to being a tree.
Yeah, for story purposes, after the meteor struck 2,000 years ago, he went to sleep, and he woke up for the last 3 minutes, and he needs another nap.
He found the Infinity Gems, and now he's gonna send them back to send us back. And yeah, he gives us the nod of approval, and we leave.
Kind of like Lord Beerus. He sleeps for, I don't know, a millennial or something, and he just wakes up.
He sleeps with a millennial? What?
For a millennia. Or a millennia.
A millennia?
Millennia. Is it like so you say 1,000 years?
1,000
right?
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Minus the L. Okay. So millennia.
Yu-Gi-Oh taught me the word millennia.
True, eh?
Not so fast, Yu-Gi boy.
Also same.
I'm disappointed that all you Canadians say true A and not true do.
What?
A.
When did I ever say true A?
Hey, that's
Oh,
true,
true,
eh?
eh?
Well,
Jeez.
you don't want to say true though, because then you sound like.
You guys said it at the same time.
Had that in stereo. Surround sound even.
Time's coming up in like 30 seconds after we're done mashing text, by the way.
Yeah, basically once the last cutscene starts, when he loses control of the game, that's when time stops.
Thankfully, we don't do time on credits, because it'd be a lengthy credits roll.
I voted to have time stop when you got back to the lab.
Back to the lab again.
Uh-oh.
There goes gravity.
Dexter's lab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is where the professor's like, I was wrong all along, everyone else was right. Excellent.
Yeah, and then we'll reveal to you the secrets of the story.
But wait, why were you the first person in 100 years? I could see
Everyone's like,
Pokemon.
and all the kids are like, it's so obvious, you egghead. And he's like, all right, that's time for Quo.
That is time.
Whoa, GG's.
So all the kids are like, you mook, you don't get it? And he's like, huh? Me and Quo and CC Neverender, a friend of ours, we're both like, wait, are we a Ditto? And no, the answer is way worse than that. Pokemon just really can tell when people love them.
Also, that looks like a 23716 on Quo's screen.
So
Nice.
What's that? Nice.
Ayo in the day-o.
On the ground? All right.
Quo, you're supposed to
So
drop
happy
your
to be
controller
done, you
earlier
threw
in
the
run, not
controller.
now. Oh my god.
That map was useless. I threw it into the river.
He was teasing me. He
So,
dropped it late when he finished it.
So while Gunlap finishes the Xerneas quote-unquote fight, the Xerneas encounter, do you want to tell the lovely people again who you are, where they can find you, plug your stuff? This is a great time to do that.
All right, cool. Well, I'll let you go first.
Excellent. Again, voice and narrow down. I'm Quo. I speedrun this game, among other things. I also do a lot of high score stuff. Right now I'm 4th on the world leaderboards, and there's a Japanese player that's about to bot me, so I'm probably going to be pushing some scores down in the near future. I do other ones. I do... Geez, what do? I do a lot of Zelda. I've done like Mario games, Mario Odyssey. I've done like side Mario games, Mario Kart, Mario Party, etc. I do a lot of stuff. And yeah, so find me on Twitch. I think it's on the layout somewhere. Possibly.
It is. It's let me go ahead and make sure I did not. No, that is not the right. There we go.
Good old Quo with 4 O's.
Follow Quo there. Twitch.tv/Quo with 4 of them. 4 O's.
Yeah, if you've enjoyed the dulcet tones of one CJ It's All Good, you can find me and my work on Speedrun Insider, which is the podcast that I host. Wherever you get your favorite podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and Pandora. You can also watch Speed Docs, which is the YouTube channel that I co-own with CC Neverender. And if you want to just watch me play really bad kart racers, you can find me on twitch.tv/CJ It's All Good, GEWD for the good with an underscore at the end. I stream infrequently because I work 2 jobs and I'm busy. Eric?
Eric. I thought my name was Gunlap28. Yeah, people call me Eric, but I go by Gunlap28. And CJ, being the lovely friend that he is, will refuse to call me Eric, and he still calls me Gunlap28. But that's okay because I can look past that and see him as the person that he is.
Just call you Eric.
Commentator. But anyways, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Gunlap28. On Twitch, same thing, Gunlap28. I speedrun this game. I'm the world record holder in the old snap, but that couldn't have been possible if all the progress was done by the founders of the game. So I took a lot of pointers from Quo. We did a lot of races. He kicked my butt a few times in some snap tournaments. Kind of similar to what he's doing right now, as his credits are almost done, and I'm kind of bringing her home. But yeah, I speedrun Super Mario Odyssey. I did Super Mario Bros. To start, and yeah, just currently doing new Pokemon Snap. It is my favorite game. Join the Discord. It's in the Twitch chat somewhere. You can find it.
Yeah. I gotta say, this was never before seen. Obviously, new Pokemon Snap has never been showcased on the new GDQ stage. I will also say this is the first official sanctioned new Pokemon Snap race, and boy was it a treat. A 237 and a 241. The original Snap races we did were over 3 hours, so it's crazy to see how much progress has been made in the last, month.
Huge, bro.
And these are two of the best runners we have. Obviously, a lot of other great runners, talented runners in the Discord, on the leaderboard. You can check them out too. And Eric is getting the same lecture about what happened. Apparently the Pokemon were always big and glowy, and the professor is just a jabroni. He does not smell what the rock is cooking.
And 2 things I'd like to point out. If Phil ever dated Rita, he'd have to get on his toes. And Rita looks like a Goodra.
And that's time.
That's time.
What is a Goodra?
Goodra, the Pokemon in Cave, the dragon type. Like Rita looks like the 2 pigtails. Okay.
Was it in Gen 1, 2, or 3?
It's in this game.
Then I know what it is.
But no, seriously,
Yeah.
that was a good race.
It was, honestly.
It was really interesting to see the speedrun, because I actually deliberately withheld watching the speedrun in full before tonight, because I wanted to actually just see it and enjoy the commentary and everything. So thank you so much for being on the show, you 3.
Honestly, it was a pleasure.
It was a lot of fun.
I've been watching
Thank you for having
GDQs
us.
since like 2013, and it's nice to be able to run for them. It's a hot fix, but still, it means a lot. And I appreciate you inviting us on the show. It's been fun. It's a fun game. I love this game, love this community. And yeah.
Absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, I was really happy to have the 3 of you reach out and submit when I was looking for for new Pokemon Snap runners to show how to actually play Pokemon Snap rather than my OG Snap 100% 10-year Rusty run.
You did pretty good for not having 10 years of Rust. That's pretty good. That was a restoration
Pretty
job.
good.
I will definitely like credit the tutorials that are on the Pokemon Snap leaderboards. So I took notes from those literally yesterday. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna follow these notes and hope to God that I remember where I'm going, and I did.
Don't worry.
Which was nice.
Your charisma carried you through all the way to the end.
Oh yeah, like it was just, I was like, I'm not here for a good speed run time, I'm here for a good time. Like a good experience. And that's exactly what has been tonight, both between Mercy Kill and Never Before Seen. And just a reminder to everyone, this show is focused on games that have never been on a mainline GDQ event, so that is AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event. So if you'd like to submit a run to the show, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you on board. And just another reminder that SGDQ 2021 online is July 4th to the 11th. Be sure to check out gamesdonequick.com for more info, and prize submissions are now open, so if you want to submit some prizes to be raffled off in a sense for donations for that event, that would be the place to go. And also to find more information on Frame Fatales returning in August with Flame Fatales. It's going to be the 15th to the 21st. GamestoneQuick.com/Frame Fatales will give you more information on that upcoming event as well. But that's going to be it from me. We are going to go to a break screen while we get ready to send y'all over to a raid. So feel free to give all of your energy to the speedrunner that we're going to send you over to, because they are trying just as hard as these folks did here tonight. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your night.